I'm trying to...
I didn't click.
Because it's not fully on yet. There it is. Look at all the little other stuff. Maybe that's that share the camera thing. I don't know. Oh, don't do that. Not today. Not today. Not today, enemy.
Yeah, it ain't doing it. You might have to close it back out.
No, you get out of yours. Go to your homepage and come back and see. Because sometimes you have to do that. Because it's saying 4 people on the computer. I can see. Hey, MBG family that are joining us. We are just trying to make sure that we are live and you guys can see us. So if you're jumping on, tell us hi, hello. We hope you're having a great and awesome Monday. Feel free to share it with somebody, invite somebody to come and see it. Hey, Candace. We're just trying to kind of get the technical piece out, guys. So if you're joining us. I know we're a little late today.
Hello.
I think that's it. Hey, MBG family, if you're jumping on, say hello, say hello, say hello. We are happy to have you guys with us.
Let us know if you're in the building. Like we always do now. Shout out your spouse.
Thanks, Candy. You know, I have to change up the hair a little bit to keep Mr. Harris in line and in love and going crazy over me. I gotta keep him married by God and head over heels. Please. And so I give him the business every now and then with my hair, so he fall all back in love.
No hair comments. No hair comments. No lip gloss comments. We want to keep the focus on marriages.
Come on with the hate it. Come on with the hate it. Come on with the hate it. Yes, Candace.
Really, Candace? Where my boy Chuck at, man? And so we want to thank everybody for joining. We're going to give everybody a few more minutes to join.
Yeah.
To connect in.
Yeah, and so while we're letting people kind of join and jump on, feel free to invite people to come in on the scope with us. Guys, I do want to say that the conference is literally like 3 weeks away. We are so excited that you guys are going to be at the conference. The conference is free this year, guys. As we said last time on the scope, God laid it on our heart to go ahead and make the event free. And so the event is free, but tickets are going quite fast. I think now we only have less than 15 tickets left out of 100 tickets. And so if you haven't got your ticket to MBG's Think It Strong conference here in Atlanta, Georgia, you are missing out, and you might want to go over and grab your tickets. If you're in Atlanta, near Atlanta, close to Atlanta, can get to Atlanta, we would love to see you. We would love to have you guys at the conference. And so if you could be there, feel free to go over. The link is on our Married by God page. It's also on our website and marriedbygod.org. And so you can find it there as well. And it's also on Eventbrite. So you guys can just search Married by God Think It's Strong Conference in Eventbrite, and it'll come up for you as well. And so we're so excited. We have some dynamic speakers speaking at this conference. We have Dr. Sean Cook back again, and he was awesome last year. We have our good friend Emmanuel Amuzu that's going to be speaking as well. And then you have Ronan and I that's going to kind of open it up and kick it off. And so we have some great things in store for you guys. We hope to see you there. We are still updating the location. And so the location should be solidified this week. And so just look out for that. You'll get an email or something just letting you know that the location has been updated or changed. But again, we only have about 15 tickets left. So if you don't get your ticket, you don't get your ticket, guys.
But we also do have an area for the outside, that we have a screen on the outside that you guys, this is standing area. So if you want to stand outside the facility.
We do not.
No, we don't. I mean, that's when we start blowing up. And we start hosting it at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium downtown. they have a standing area. So just trying to talk those things in fruition.
Speak those things. No, but we are excited, guys, about what God is doing, and we're just excited about the conference as a whole. We are expecting God to come in and really move and to be really explosive. And so if you guys can get here, or if you guys are interested in coming to the conference, feel free to go get your conference tickets. Also, I made a post last week, I believe, about the ticket orders. And so there are 2 tickets that are on the Eventbrite site. One says the Think It Strong Pass, and one is the Couples Pass. And so I've noticed that some people have ordered a few couple passes, and you really only need to order one if you're coming with somebody. So if you and your spouse, or you and your significant other, or you and the guy you're dating or planning on coming, you only need to order one couple pass. That will get you both in. But if you're ordering a ticket for somebody else, and so it was 4 of you guys coming, you would need 2 couple passes. Now, if you get a Think It Strong pass, those passes are individual. And so if you're single, you're coming alone, you just want to invite somebody, get a ticket for them, that's cool too. You only need one of those tickets. So we just wanted to make sure that everybody was ordering the tickets correctly so that we would have enough tickets and that we knew how many people were actually coming. So far, like we said, it's less than 15 tickets left. So if you want to invite somebody to come out, if you got your ticket, you think somebody might be interested in coming out to the conference, feel free, send them over and get their free ticket. But we ask that if you grab a ticket, that you come to the conference and you don't hold a seat, that somebody else could occupy and get this word.
And also, when you get to the conference, we will also we'll also be doing pre-ordering for the second book. This will be our second book that we have written.
Think It Strong. Yep.
Think It Strong. So you'll be able to pre-order that book.
Yeah.
We will also have copies of the first book.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't got the first book, Melissa, you can also purchase the first book. We'll have copies of the first book.
Yeah.
And pre-order for the second book.
Yeah. And so, guys, that's kind of wraps up what we were talking about the conference. We were letting people jump on. Feel free to comment, engage with us. We love our MBG family, as you guys are always so engaged with us.
Right.
And so feel free to do that. We're kind of working this scope a little more freely. As I said, we have about 2.5 weeks left before the conference. And so this will be our last scope until the conference on the 14th of October. This will be our last scope. And so you guys won't see us until we go live at the conference. We're going to have someone handling our social media for us. So hopefully you can catch the conference live. But if you can't catch all of it live, you will surely be able to catch some glimpse of the conference so that you don't feel like you're left out, especially those who are very far away that are watching us from Seattle, Houston, just places that are a little bit far and that you can't get here for the conference. So we still want you guys to be a part of it. So we will be live streaming from the conference, but this will be our last scope until after the conference so that we can really focus on the word that God has put on our heart to say that day and really get everything in order for the people that will be there. And so we are excited about the conference. But this scope kind of stemmed from last week. So last week, guys, we were having some hell on wheels type of situations going on. It was bananas. It was insane. And I don't know if some of you guys saw the post that was made on our page last week, and we were talking about not giving up and kind of fighting for marriages and kind of speaking some things into the atmosphere because we felt like the kingdom of marriage and relationships were just like really under attack. And so we had experienced some really tough and trying times in our marriage last week. And it was crazy because at the same time that we had our marriage experienced some craziness and some attacks, we had people around us that were experiencing some of those very same things. And so some people started reaching out to us on Ronald's end, on my end, and then we started getting some inboxes. It just was real crazy. And it was almost like God was just saying, spiritually, there's a war going on right now with marriage, and I need you guys to kind of cover marriages. I need you guys to kind of go in prayer about marriages. I need you to speak some word about really fighting for and standing for your marriage and your relationship when it's under attack, because a lot of times we don't realize the signs of attack and we begin to attack each other because we don't understand that the attack is a spiritual attack. And anytime you enter into something to fight with the wrong tools to win, you will lose. And that's why a lot of us experience marriage and we lose, because we're in the marriage fighting with the wrong tools. We don't have the tools to have a successful relationship. We don't have the tools to have a successful marriage, and we're failing and we're giving up and we're giving up and we're jumping in another one, we're failing. We're giving up, we're jumping in another one, we're failing. We're giving up, we're jumping in another one, and we're failing. And God is all the while sitting there like, Hey, if you just look over here, I got some tools for you. I got some ways to make it work for you. I have this package deal that is sure to make you a guaranteed winner in this thing called love and marriage. And so a lot of times we got to really take the time to get in tune with God and utilize the things of God to really fight marriage the right way, to really fight for our relationships, to really protect our relationships. And the whole thing about fighting for your marriage and your relationship begins with protection, guys. We don't put on the right protection before a battle ever comes. I know so many people, guys, that enter into marriage and they do marriage their way, which is cool. I mean, you can do marriage how you want to do marriage. That's your thing. But MBG teaches marriage the way God expects marriages to happen, and the way God intends for marriages to happen. And a lot of people are out here doing marriage their way, and they're also losing marriage their way. And so the thing about it is, yeah, you can do marriage your way all day long, and you may have some good times and you may have some bad times, and then those bad times may also lead to end times. See, that's the difference when you do marriage God way and you do marriage your way. When you do marriage your way, it's sure to have highs and lows because that's natural for everybody. But at the end of things, your marriage, when you're doing it your way, is going to end your way. When you're doing marriage God way, God will sustain your marriage even through the toughest of times. He's going to strengthen you. He's going to give you the tools you need to keep moving, to keep pressing, to keep fighting. He's going to make it work for your good. And a lot of people don't understand that, and they get frustrated in their marriage or their relationship because they're not utilizing the right things.
I was about to raise my hand. Can I speak?
You're so extra.
Now,
I'm amped today, y'all.
Yeah, clearly.
Amped. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna fall back in a minute. Hey, but the thing is, man, doing God way, and this is what make God word so true. See, we don't want to hear why the Bible talks about having sex before marriage. It's a reason why the Bible talks about having sex before marriage. Not to have sex before marriage is because you can eliminate most of the issues that we're going through now.
Oh, yes.
All these issues that most marriage people have, or people get into a relationship, you can avoid those issues now. See, the Bible is the manual that tells us, instruct us how to go through marriage, how to go through life, how to deal with life, how to deal with storms. But what we do is, typically like what most men do, if we buy a train set for our kids, we just throw the manual to the side. And we start putting pieces where we think they should go. But when we get to a point, which is a stumbling block, then we pick up the manual. When we see that this screw won't fit, or we want to see where this railing go, then we go pick up the manual. So likewise, in our life and in our relationship or in our marriage, we do marriage our way until we hit a stumbling block, and then we'll try to refer back to the Bible. And then we'll start asking ourselves, what did the Bible say about love, or how to treat my spouse, or how to treat my husband? Why should I respect my husband? But if you would not have sex before marriage, you won't have to worry about some of the issues that we run through now.
The thing about it is...
And let me just to add this thing too. You were saying about protection.
Yes.
How the word of God, it protects. And we have to put on that armor of protection.
Yeah.
Most of us don't even know how to put on protection when we having sex.
Oh, ooh.
So clearly we're not going to know how to use God protection. See, nobody looks at the manual when you go buy a condom, and this is just a real conversation. Who actually look at the manual? You just look at it, you see how it fit, and you figure that it should go this way.
And probably because if you've experienced and you watched some porn, or you heard somebody tell you how to put it on, you took that advice and you didn't read how to do that either.
And most of the time it comes from watching porn, or somebody done told you how to do it, and then next thing you know, you just tried and do it. Not knowing that it's a certain way that this condom has to be put on. It's a certain way that you have to apply the word of God. So you got to get the word of God deep down in your spirit to be able to, when the enemy comes, you got to know when to pull out your armor.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's just like for sex, you got to know when to pull out your armor.
Absolutely. Guys, let me tell you something. I was studying and I had talked to Ron, and I was like, babe, is this, I get so oh, thanks, Lisa. I get so excited. Thanks, Melissa. I get so excited when I read a scripture in the Bible that I had never really got a revelation about, and then God gives me a revelation about it. I get like super excited. So I was reading, I was studying, and God led me to the scripture in Acts, this story in Acts where it was about these Jewish guys, and they were going around trying to cast demons out of people, right? Now, they were trying to cast demons out of people, although they did not have a relationship with Jesus, and they did not believe in Jesus. But they were pretty much saying, they were going around saying, so if this is wrong, they were like, hey, I cast you out in the name of the Father that you believe in. And so they were pretty much going around using God's name to cast out the devils, but they didn't believe in God, and they didn't have a relationship with God, and they didn't have the faith. And so what was amazing about it is the demon pretty much was like, hey, whoa. Like, wait a minute. Like, so I know Paul, because I seen Paul kind of move. Yeah, Paul casts demons out of people all the time. I've seen him. I know God uses him. And I even know Jesus. Like, I know when Jesus comes, he's gonna cast them out. They're gonna bow down. It's going to be over. Like, it's gonna happen. But I don't really know you. Like, you kind of fake. Like, I've never really seen you with that kind of power. Matter of fact, I know you don't have that kind of power to cast me out. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just make you run. And so it pretty much went on to say that the demon had pretty much overpowered them. He used the man to overpower them, and they ended up like fleeing or whatever. And so I say that to say this, because we're talking about fighting for your marriage. I say that to say this. So many people enter into a relationship and a marriage based off of a spiritual relationship that their parents have had, that their grandparents have had, or somebody they know have had, or even that they pastors have, that their first lady have, that the people in their church have. They enter into a belief system about something they have no relationship to, something they have no faith in. And so we, as believers, we come into this like, yeah, I'm just going to enter into marriage. I'm going to enter into this Christ-like relationship with somebody that I want to marry, not understanding that in order for you now to battle it the way you're going to have to battle the things that come against you, you're going to have a relationship with God. You're going to have to believe in the God that you're saying you have a relationship with, and you're going to have faith. That's the only way you are able to use the weapons that God gives you. I hear so many people preach about David, and David being able to take down Goliath. The only reason David was able to take down Goliath, because first of all, he was appalled. He was like, who is this Philistine, uncircumcised as that, coming against God, the army of God? You coming against God, who I know has all authority, all power, and saying that nobody can beat you, that nobody can take you down? How dare you? This is how you have to get about your marriage and your relationship. How dare you come into this Harris household thinking you're about to cause division in something that God has already solidified before time? You have no power, no authority. We will not fall victim to the enemy coming in and dividing this union. That's how you have to go to war. And so many times we end up, instead of going to war with the spiritual tools that God has given us, with the knowledge that God has given us, we go to war with the artificial things, with the worldly things, with the carnal things. But the word of God says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And we taking our flesh and blood, and we like, come on, I'm going to go to war with the enemy. I'm going to take my flesh and blood in this spiritual realm, and it's not working. And the enemy is sitting back like, oh, okay, so we just going to play.
That's what you doing.
We going to play. It's a play fight. So I can't even take you seriously because you have no power behind you. You don't have the resources. You don't have you can't even tap into where the power is. And that's where so many of us get frustrated in our walk with God, because a lot of churches don't teach you how to tap into power. They don't teach you how to use what the word says. All they do is help you get emotional. Cause we get emotional if we gonna keep it 100. We go to church, everybody rides this emotional roller coaster, and then when you walk out, the real enemy is there, like, oh, you high off emotions.
You done.
You high today? Oh, let me take you back down a notch. And see, when you're not armed, you can't come back and say, oh, wait a minute, yeah, devil, I rode that wave in there, but I'm ready. Like, let's suit up and let's do this. And let me show you what I'm really working with. And let me show you what my God is in me. And we are not able to do that. That's why we get so frustrated in marriage. That's why marriages suffer. That's why we're getting divorced. That's why we're getting separated. If you're in a marriage and you're in a relationship and you profess the love of God, you're going to have to fight some battles. You're going to have to go through some tough times. You're going to have to man up, or woman up, as they say, and you're going to have to pull out your boots. You know, it made me think about when I seen me and Rhonda we love like Martin. Rhonda got me loving Martin, but I remember an episode where...
you like Martin?
Yeah, I like Martin. You're right. I don't love Martin. I love you. But we were watching, oh, he's so extra. We were watching Martin, and I remember an episode where, you know, a chick was coming at Martin, you know what I'm saying? And Gina kind of found out about it, and Gina was like, oh, okay, let me go see old girl and let her know I'm ready for this battle. And she took this bag, you know, girl, you know how you take your little fighting bag. So she took a fighting bag, had Vaseline in it, you know, had her little shoes, because she had her cute shoes on. She took her heels off, put on the little, you know, boot shoes, you know, greased up. That's what you have to do when you're ready to fight for your marriage. You gotta get ready. You gotta get ready to fight. You can't come timid. You can't come fearful. You can't come unprepared. Like, the enemy is not moved by your unpreparedness.
Well, another thing you got to realize, too, the Bible talks about the devil coming, seeking who he can devour.
Absolutely.
Like a roaring lion. Mm-hmm. A lion is not going to play with you.
At all.
A lion going to creep up on you, and he's coming to kill. He's coming to devour you.
Yeah.
He's not coming to, like, you know, play pussycat games with you and, you know, the cat chasing the mouse. No, he's not coming to play like that. And going back to what you were saying, too, about how we play church.
Yeah.
It's only because it's a ritual to most people. Yeah. So what happens is your grandmother, great-grandmother went to church. Mm-hmm. Your great-grandmother went to church. Your grandmother went to church. Mm-hmm. And she took your mom. And then your mom took you. Mm-hmm. And so you start to feel like this is what we do. Yeah. So that's why some people feel like if I don't go to church, my life is over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then you go to church for 15 years and your life doesn't change. Mm-mm. Like you haven't evolved from anything. Mm-mm. But you go to church every Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Every Sunday. Yeah. But nothing about your spiritual life, nothing about your physical, nothing has changed. Yeah. Like you still the same person. Yep. So what good does that to anybody? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, but this the ritual part of church. Yeah. That I don't get down with. Yeah. Because I don't understand that. If you've been in the church, even if you go to church 3 months, something about you should change. Something. Some kind of patience should be growing in you. Like some kind of kindness should be, like some kind of giving spirit should be inside of you. Yeah. Like something should change at some point from going to church for not even, I mean, we ain't got to go to 5 years, just your first year. Like something should change about you. Take a month. Yeah, because the word is transformative. It is. Yeah. But we don't do that because what we do, because we've seen our grandparents go in there and just sit down and they get on the emotional roller coaster. It's like going to Six Flags. Yeah. It's fun. Mm-hmm. See, I don't go to Six Flags. Mm-hmm. I don't like to ride rides. I don't like to, feel up and down and flip out. I don't like that. Yeah. So what people do is they go to church, they see their grandmama shout. They see their grandmama praise dance. But they don't know actually what's going on. Come on, somebody. See, but the real old saints, even if the ones who, they didn't even know how to read the Bible, but they understood prayer. That's why people talk about how powerful prayer is. Yeah. See, but those people, they may not didn't know how to read the Bible, but they knew prayer. And they knew that prayer changed things. Yep. And so they may not, read the Bible, fully understand it, but they know when they had the opportunity to go to God, one-on-one to build that relationship, and have that encounter. See, most people don't have encounters. That's it. That's why we don't understand the powerful move of God. No. See, when you really start seeing somebody change, you see somebody crying and breaking down in church. That's an encounter. That's an encounter. Absolutely. Not going shout. And don't get me wrong. It's nothing going with shouting and praising God. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But just to do it out of, you see it. It shouldn't be like a wave. You know how you go to the football game and they do the wave? They be like, woo! Woo! And then the next person do it. No. It shouldn't be that way. And then you can stop real quick and easy? Yeah. See, that's emotion. Now, the Spirit of God do have a tendency to move. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that it don't move. But if you just going just for the whole ritual, I mean, you know how to act. You know when they play the drums real hard, they're time to get up and dance and shout. Soon as the drums stop, that means you stop. Yep. So some people know how to do church, but they don't have a relationship. They have religion. It's a difference between having religion and having a relationship. Yeah. 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 It absolutely is. And I think one thing about it is when you are a believer,
like, and you got a relationship with God, God give you like this boldness, like this confidence, like, and I really just start tapping into my boldness and my confidence the more I started doing MBG, and kind of the more I started building my relationship with God, because I had been in church, a long time. My mom made us go to church when we were young, and then we fell off a little bit. Then I found God myself, started going back as an adult, but still not building the relationship. Yeah. So when God put this calling on our life to really go into ministry this way, it caused me to really start digging a lot deeper in myself and in God to really get a lot of revelation about a lot of things. But what it did was it ignited this boldness. Like, now I'm just like, when the enemy comes, like, me and Ron, we'll get into, and we play around a lot of times, but when it's like, what it is, like, I almost get mad. I want to say mad is, hell, but I get mad. Like, I get mad.
That's
like,
okay.
when an attack comes on my family, when an attack comes on my marriage, like, I'm pissed. When an attack comes on the marriage of those around me, I'm pissed, and I'm ready to go to war about it, because those are people I love, and I know that the enemy has no power, no authority, no victory over anything that God has established to rule and reign on this earth. And when you know the power in God that you have, you get pissed, and you get pissed to the point you like, you know what? And meet me outside at 3. You get that kind of pissed. Yeah. Like, at this point, it's no more talking. Meet me outside at 3 so we can have this battle in the spiritual realm, though. Because I'm not foolish to go to the enemy in the flesh. Like, let's be clear. I'm not foolish anymore to go to the enemy in the flesh, because I've done that. And me and Ronald have done that. And when we've done that, the only people that suffer in fleshly battles and take away scars are you two.
Yeah, you don't know who suffers.
You too.
Yeah. I mean, you can't take, a chopper, a 45, a 9mm to a spiritual fight.
Come on.
See, when we go to spiritual fight now, we used to go with 45s and 9s and choppers. That's what we used to do. But now, we get that Bible, load up.
I'm trying to tell
grab
you.
that oil.
Yeah, that's it. That New and Old Testament.
That's the real bunny pie.
It works every time. And people don't understand, like, the word of God is so powerful. And I think you talked about it first with prayer. Just even with prayer alone unleashes God into your situation. Mm-hmm. So many of us do not invite God into our marriage. We do not invite God into our relationship until it's on life support. And we like, oh my God, please, can you just save this? Can you just make this happen? Can I just have one more life?
But the crazy thing is, we can invite a man that we never know, a woman that we never met into our life, but we won't invite God who can change our life.
Absolutely.
In it.
Absolutely.
You'll even go on a date. You'll conversate with a man that you just met at the club, or you just met at Publix, or you just met at the gas station. You'll conversate with that man. But the one who can save your soul, you won't even give him 20 minutes of your time every day.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that.
You won't even wake up in the morning and give him 5 or 10 minutes of your time. But you will let this
me too,
guy or this woman that you don't know, because you see something physically that you like, you'll give them an hour of your time. Because of a man that you see a man that you like, he got a 6-pack, he got a little money, his hair combed, he got waves. Guess what? Girl, he fine, girl. And he come over there and say something to you, and you'll just sit there and, you'll sit there and talk for 30 minutes. And be urgent to talk more. Yeah. But God say, spend a little time with me. Hey, what about me? Oh, God, I got you. Look, as soon as I get home tonight, I'm going to pray tonight. I got you. I mean, but we don't say it in that sense, but we keep throwing everything out. The spirit of distraction kick in.
Yep.
Oh, we got to get our nails done. We got to get our hair done. Yep. Oh, I got to get me Keisha down here at the thing because she owed me $20. I got to get her. But then, oh, God, right before I lay down, girl, I got to pray.
Just let me get this 2 seconds in. You even put a time on it.
Yeah. God, I just want to thank you for taking care of me all through the day. I'm tired.
You know my heart, God.
You know my heart. And then, boom, you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Or this woman that you see that's fine, attractive, nice looking. She got got the EBT card. You can get free food. But the thing is, we won't spend time. We can hang out with our homeboys. We can go shoot pool. We can go to the gun range. We can go bowling. We can do all these things. But as soon as God said, hey, spend an hour with me in prayer. Yeah. Guess what? We ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Man, we even get aggravated if we have to spend 2.5 hours in church. The pastor go on or the spirit start moving.
He been talking quite a while.
Man,
He done said he about to wrap it up 10 times.
I ain't signed up for this, man. I ain't.
Yes.
This 2-hour thing, man. I ain't signed up for this. I thought he was going to do the little 30-minute thing. We can go and pray and worship. We get up out of here. But then we can go work for 10, 15 hours.
Come on now.
$15 an hour.
Come on now.
Get a little paycheck.
Come on now. Not even what you worth.
Not even what you worth.
Not even what you worth, though.
But we want to. He said, "Seek me first, the kingdom of God."
Yes.
Come
on now.
This is my verse. All other things will be added to you. All you know, that nice car you want, it will be added to you. You know, the money that you want to show people like you got, that'll be added to you. But just seek me first.
Come on now. I gotta be priority number one.
No, don't seek Craig. I know Craig got some stuff that you like.
Yeah, Jackie fine.
Yeah, Jackie fine. Got a nice one on her. But
hey, come on now.
Just seek me first. I'm gonna give you all the other stuff. Just seek me first.
Yeah.
But God, you say I gotta spend time with you though, man. I'm trying to get down here. All right. What you want me to read?
Yep.
And then we start to read a little bit. We don't understand it.
Yep.
But the crazy thing is, if we read 50 Shades of Grey, and it talk about all the nasty making love in the hallway and doing all this
50 Shades like that.
But if I tell you to pick up the Bible and read John 10:10 or John 1.
Yeah, just one little verse. Get it in your heart.
We're not gonna do that. No. No. We're not gonna do that. But let us be reading something and they be talking about sex or even you can go around your friend and you say, man, I seen this girl, she was fine, she had this and that. Everybody interested. Everybody interested.
Yeah.
But then we could talk about, hey, man, let me show you what we were talking about, man, just having dominion and power. It was talking about in Genesis. Man, you tripping, man.
We ain't trying to go that deep.
Come on, man. Come on, man. No, but that's not interesting. That's not, what I'm saying? That's feeding the spirit. So everybody spiritual, man, starts shutting down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why we got to start changing our language, man. Change the way we do things, change the way. That's why it's very important, even the people that you hang around.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can't have a intelligent conversation or talk about God in your conversation, come on, man.
Let me hit something that I saw. I forgot who said. She said, I'm going through a lot in my marriage. I'm tired of being unequally yoked. You guys are a blessing. Glory to God. So I want to say this, and I can't see the name because it went by so fast. Shakina. I hope I said that right, Shakina. So I want to say this to you because I hear a lot of people talk about the unequally yoked in marriage once they're married. And so I want to just kill that because I believe that that's something that the enemy continues to do and continues to use to cause division. Once you are married, scratch the unequally yoked. You are one. So if you're yoked in God and you grounded in God and you seeking God, you yoking your husband up in it. You are equally yoked.
Yeah.
You can no longer allow the enemy to let you speak things that cause division. This is what I'm talking about going to war. Your tongue should be, no, we're not unequally yoked. Right now, devil, you have no place in this place. Like, I'm going to carry the weight. We are one. So I'm believing God to restore this marriage. He's going to restore this marriage for the both of us. We are one, and you got to attack it. You got to see it. You got to feed yourself it that way. You got to go in about it that way. There is no division because once you give the enemy this little inch of division, he comes in slithering and sliding and causes more. You ever seen a crack in the ground and then you come back and you like, wait a minute, crack even bigger than what it was. That's how the enemy moves. You cannot allow him to say unequally yoked for you. You are yoked. You are together. And if you're yoked in God, he's yoked in God. Now, he may not be where you are, but you got to have the faith. We were just talking about it.
Yeah,
you got to have the faith. You got to have the fire. You got to have the power. You got to have the knowledge. You got to know that, look, I'm standing for this marriage, and I got the faith to understand and know that this is equal yoke over here, and we're going to prosper, and this is victorious. Enemy, you have no room here.
Oh, boy, that girl just got fired up.
I did. I get so mad.
Let me tell you one of the things that a lot of people are afraid to fight against the enemy about.
Yeah.
Because when you see the enemy coming that way, you got the same way when somebody offend you and you get angry and you tell the person, you can get the hell out of here.
Yes.
No, you got to speak those things in the atmosphere to the devil.
Absolutely.
Devil, you got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you ain't got no room here.
I love my husband. I love God.
Yep.
And we will not let you in.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to open this door and you can get the hell out of here.
Up out of here today.
See, but this is where the power comes in. And we don't speak. See, that's why the Bible talks about is power in the tongue. That's it. Life and death. But we won't speak it. We speak it in our mind. I mean, I'm just tired of this. You know what I'm saying?
I want it to work.
But no, you got to get in your prayer closet. And this is what we're talking about going to war when it's all about.
Yep.
The same way you speak when you offended, you have to go in that prayer closet Tell God, hey, God, you got my back.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with you. Devil, no.
Yep.
You will not come in here today. You can pack your stuff,
Yep.
all the stuff that you came in here with.
Yep.
You can get the hell out of here.
Exactly. And it does, and we're talking about relationship and marriage, guys, but this is every area of your life. True Testament, last week, I have a family member, very, very, very dear to me, very close to me, that's facing a health crisis. And instantaneously, the enemy started putting into my spirit, oh, it's not going to go good. It's going to be bad. You might well start saying your goodbyes. It's about to be over. That started depositing. I'm talking about just like an automatic shotgun, guys, just giving it to me. And I was not really guarded. Like, I don't know where I was, where my mind was, whatever, but I had my guard down. And I started kind of chewing on this ammunition that he was giving me. I was kind of like feeding into it. I was kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, it might not go that well. I might well start preparing myself. And I had a conversation with my husband. I was like, kind of been having on her. He was like, yeah, babe, but you gotta fight against that. And literally God was speaking to me like, who are you listening to?
And
like, this who you listening to?
And this goes back to what we were talking about. The thoughts. We were talking about this a month ago.
Yeah.
The thoughts of the enemy.
Yeah.
See what the enemy does when he fire off one time and he see that it shake you one time, he gonna unload the whole machine gun on you.
Yep.
And then if you're not careful,
Yep.
your mind just start depositing everything.
Yep.
Oh, this ain't gonna work. This gonna happen. This gonna happen. You see this? You see this? You see that? And then it just start depositing everything. It start coming.
Yeah.
Like just like people say when it rains it pours.
Yes.
It start to pour down into your spirit. Then you start getting weighed down. Then you start
Heavy.
getting depressed.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to be bothered.
Yep.
Then you start, you can't eat.
Yep.
You can't sleep.
Yep.
And he really gets you when you start to get to the point where you can't sleep.
What?
Oh, he got you. That's
he
like
got
having
your
you in a
mind.
chokehold.
That's it. He got your mind.
He put your spirit in a chokehold.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you can't even function.
Absolutely.
And then you walking around like a zombie.
Absolutely.
And that's what I had to do with her.
Yeah.
She started feeling that way, right?
She had to do with me.
So what I did was, when she went to sleep, she didn't even know. I went and got my ammunition. I went and got that oil. When she woke up,
my forehead was shiny.
when she woke up, she was slipping all over her pillow.
But no, that's the truth. And I love that you said that, because one thing that we don't do, and anybody that's out here on this scope that's dating, because we talk about marriage and relationships, so it's not just for marriages. Anybody that's on this scope that is dating, listen to me clearly. It's cool. It's cool, my sister. My brother, you do want to make sure that they are sane, that they can financially take care of themselves, that they have goals, that they have values, that they're really trying to do what's good, that they're good people. But you also want to put some heavy weight on where they are spiritually. You want to put some weight on what they believe in, and are they ready to go to war? I don't want a man that when I come home and life has beat me down to the ground and I come to you and I'm like, babe, I feel this week has just absolutely destroyed my spirit. I'm heavy. This is going down. This is going around. I feel like this. If you can't go to battle spiritually to get me back to a place, dude, you have no value in my life.
And man, when your wife is feeling that way, like she falling down, you got to learn how to pick her up.
Absolutely.
In the spirit.
Absolutely.
And once you start to pick her up in the spirit,
man, just go ahead with your mess.
I'm talking about spiritually, girl. I'm not talking about.
You do.
Yeah. You have to pick her up in the spirit.
Yeah.
And once her spirit calms down, then you physically pick her up.
Yeah. Yeah. Physically pick up.
No,
but that's the truth.
Let me say this too. I wanted to go back and touch on a comment that she Lisa was said. Should you
fight for your marriage if they cheat?
If they cheat, yeah. Should you fight for your marriage if the person cheats? First of all, you got to understand that cheating. How I look at cheating is a substance. It's a demonic spirit, and so you're not dealing with the person per se. You're dealing with the spirit that's inside of the person. And so you have to start calling that spirit out, because that's all it is, man. You're not dealing. And a lot of times, even when arguments happen, and we allow a demonic spirit to get inside of us and start speaking through us, and then you start arguing back with the person, which is not the person. It's the spirit that's inside of the person. And so that's why you got to learn how to just start attacking what has gotten inside of the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not the person.
Yeah. And I think you also, that's why it's so important to have a relationship with God. Because I think first you got to get in a zone with God. You got to really go into prayer about that. You do have people that get into relationships and they take advantage of people. They never have an intent to be faithful. They never have an intent to love you. They come to, just like the devil does, steal, kill, and destroy. And so you got to identify that type of person off the top.
But the thing is, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but the thing is, ladies, men, even men, the signs are there.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing that pissed me off. I'm not talking about your situation, Lisa. I'm just talking about just from a perspective of in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
This person, when you met this person, they didn't respect you. When you met this person, you yourself knew that this wasn't the person for you.
Yeah, you knew God was saying no.
But you saw the six pack. He was over 6 feet tall, and he had a nice car. And I'm not saying that you're materialistic, but we all attractive to
certain things.
And when you find that man or that woman that have that certain thing that you are attracted to, I'm telling you, man, you'll put God on the back burner.
Oh, we
God
all do
will be telling
it.
you, don't do it.
You hear it.
Don't do it.
You feel it in your spirit.
This is not the person for you. He never spend no time with you. He only come around at 12 o'clock when it's time to Netflix and chill.
Come on now.
He don't respect you. He don't respect the people around you. You have caught him with 3 or 4 different women, or you done caught her with 3 or 4 different dudes. But this is the person you want to be with. And then we started planning in our mind, but God, we can change this person.
Yes.
And so then this when you want to play God, this when you really want to go spiritual. Maybe this was my
project. That is the most craziest thing. Don't let your want for a project get you to take on a marriage or a relationship that God did not call you to. No. Because that is so true.
No, and this is what we started to tell ourselves. These are real facts, man. This is real life.
Yeah.
We may not admit it, but this is typically what goes on when you find yourself in a relationship, because God will give you warning. If you have even your body, man, when your body started to hurt, if your back started hurting a little bit, it's something wrong there.
Yes.
If you started walking and the bottom of your feet started to hurt, that is a warning sign that, hey, something is wrong.
Yes.
So maybe you have pulled the muscle, or maybe you have lifted something to, the wrong way.
Come on now.
Your body even give you warning. Your spirit give you warning as well. When you have dreams about something, that is a warning that, hey, man, you might need to chill on this.
Yeah. Don't go this way.
And God don't scream. He don't say, no, it is not a bright light that come down from heaven.
That's why people miss
it. And say, oh, he's not the one for you. No, it's not going to happen that way. He just come, it's not the one for you. And then, we
pay attention to the sign.
Somebody said something.
Do you like this feeling?
We get selective here and there. But deep down, when you dated the person on the first day, when he started drinking and smoking too much, and I don't have nothing against drinkers or smoke, I'm just using it for an example, and all the qualities that you don't like in a man, he have, but you still want him,
but you still desire him. That is not of God.
See, we don't even check people's spirit. We don't check their spirituality. We don't check their credit score. We don't check their medical records. But the first, we will check. Let me see how what you working.
Come on now.
Even men, man, the way I know she could put it down. Oh man, he must be packing. Nah, this real talk. This MBG, but this real talk. Because this is the stuff that we deal with that we don't want to talk about. Now the church may not talk about it, but when you tune in here, you're going to get it from every angle.
Yeah, because everybody operates in the flesh at some point of time.
You do.
And even when you love God and you have a relationship with God, your flesh can fall weak. Your flesh can then take priority over your rationale and over your spiritual being if you're feeding your flesh more than you're feeding the spiritual man anyway.
Now, let's go back. Because some people think that men not in the flesh. Look at all the great men in the Bible. Look at your boy David. He seen something and he was like,
he got caught up in the flesh. Yep.
And he went. Or she came. He requested for her to come.
Yep.
He hit it.
Yep.
No, but the Bible don't say it like that, but he did. Not once. He kept doing it.
It don't say it like that.
So, but the thing is, we all get, even great men of God.
Absolutely.
And even sometimes we get justified because we'll say, man, God had really blessed her. She is blessed in some areas. So watch your pastor when he starts saying, man, she is truly blessed. Hold on,
just
Pastor.
blessing just all over her.
What you mean, Pastor? I don't get what you're saying. Blessed with. But I'm not saying all pastors are crooked. No. I mean, he's a man.
Yeah, we're all human.
We all human.
Yeah.
And so, man, not to go off on that.
You did. But, you went real off. But I wanted to say, because you cut me off while I was trying to answer this
I wasn't trying to cut you off, though.
But you did. It's okay. I like to hear you talk. So, Lisa, I will say this, because me and Ronna have these conversations about infidelity all the time. Like, we have real conversations. And I initially, before I got married, I was like, I would never, ever, like, forgive a guy that cheated on me and I was married to him. It would be like, oh, goodbye, it's over, it's done. And then as I got older and I got into a marriage and I had kids, and me and Ronald have built a legacy, and we both have a relationship with God, and I understand how certain things can happen, and I understand how the enemy is deceitful and how he works. I could not absolutely say that I would not stay through something like that. I would have to really get in tune with God. And also, what I would need to see from my husband, I would need to see remorse. I would need to see you actually take it before God and really be remorseful about it and really repent about it. I would need to see your behavior change. Like, I can't even say that I wouldn't be nasty to you for the next couple of months. Like, it would take some real things. Like, it would be a fight on the both of us to really fight for our marriage. So I guess at the core of your question, it can be done, but are you ready to fight? Do you have the tools? And not only you, but do he have the tools? Are you both ready to go to war for your marriage? Are you ready to go to war for your marriage against an enemy that has tempted somebody to step outside? Yeah. Are you ready to dig deep in the side of both of you guys to figure out why did this happen? Because so many times when infidelity happens, we naturally look at the person that stepped outside and just blame them. And the other spouse wants to remain blameless. And almost 100% of the time, there is some blame for both on both sides. There is some responsibility, some accountability for both sides. And that's what you got to get down to. What part did you even play in this? And I say this all the time because I know people that they play marriage very wrong. Like, they get into it and they hold sex, which the Bible talks about not doing, and then they hold sex for months, and then when somebody steps out, now they offended, now they upset, now they mad, or they're so nasty they don't even be comforting or loving to their spouse, and then you wonder why somebody else goes and seeks out emotional attention from somewhere else. So I say, figure out first, are you both willing to fight, and are you willing to fight with God? Because I guarantee you, if you're not willing to fight with God, you're not gonna make it. You're not going to make it. You can't make it past infidelity if you're not willing to fight with God. If you're not willing to put God at the root of your marriage, at the foot of your marriage, at the foundation of your marriage, you cannot do it on your strength. You will absolutely need God's strength to get through this season, but you can get through the season. You just got to make sure, like I said, that you both are ready to fight, that you got God in it, and you're ready to do the work, because it's going to take some work, but it can be done. It can be done. It can't be done. So we were talking, I forgot about, I was going to say something and I forgot. I was talking to the young girls. I was talking to you guys about really, about those that are single, about really making sure that you get a man that can spiritually feed you. I have learned now, guys, as I'm getting older and being a mother of 4 and being a business owner and being an employee and doing ministry and being a mom, a wife, a sister, a daughter, all these titles that I wear, I have learned that the number one thing that I need in my life is my husband's ability to feed me spiritually. Like, I need it. Like, I need it. Like, I need a lot of other things from him.
Yes, Lord. He does Speak on those things.
But I need a lot of other things. But spiritually, guys, because this world is so stressful. Like, we can just take this last week with everything that's been going on politically, everything that's been going on with the disasters that have been taking place. It is such a stressful time. You can just turn on the TV and get weighted down. And if you're in a marriage or a relationship with somebody that doesn't know how to come in and take the sword of God and chop that weight up, you're going to walk around heavy. Back live, but there you go. You see what I'm talking about? The enemy just jumped in and tried to just totally say it was finishing. I'm like, I'm not finished. God is not finished. We're talking. But you see how you got to keep talking beyond the enemy. When he comes against you, you got to keep talking beyond the enemy. You got to overtalk him, really. Because some of y'all don't know how to overtalk the enemy. The enemy comes in and he's like, your marriage over. It's going to end for you today. You're like, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, devil. Now he's like, nah, shut up. It's over. It's over. You don't see him out there cheating. He came home in 3 nights. You like, nah, devil, it ain't really over because I'm going to stand on it. He like, no, you ain't going to stand on nothing. It's done. You might as well accept it now in your life. You got to cut him down, guys. You got to cut him down. You got to cut him down in your marriage. You got to cut him down in your relationship, guys. If you do not go into it in army fatigue, protected, already ready for war, you can't get ready when the enemy comes.
And another thing, even when you look at, okay, when the devil is challenging you, he'll just offer you something.
Yeah.
Look, he's cheating. You can go cheat too.
Come on now. Get this little revenge in.
He ain't here. This is your perfect time to do you. Do you.
Yes.
You know what? You leave him. Look at all that stuff over there. I'm going to give you all that. You got to remember, Jesus was tempted as well.
So what make you think he's not going to tempt you?
What make you more valuable? Even when Jesus himself was tempted.
Yeah.
He even told Jesus, hey, you bow down and worship me, man. You see all that? I give you all that.
I give you all that.
All
that right there.
The devil do you the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, he doing his thing right here. Get what? I'm going to give you all this right here.
You don't need him.
You know little Tony? Who got the nice little cut and all that stuff? He got his stuff together.
Come on now.
I give you him.
Come on now.
And guess what happened the next day? Guess who shows up who ride down the street? Tony. And he tell you everything that you want to hear.
I'm trying to tell you.
Is that young lady? She started telling you everything that you want to hear.
I'm telling you.
And then the devil gets so clever. He'll send a man to walk up to you and like, he ain't treating you right. I can just tell.
Yes.
You look like it.
Yes.
Let me just buy you lunch because you just look unhappy.
And you like, what am I wearing? Like sadness on me today? Yes.
And then guess what you start doing? You find yourself like Eve did. You start conversing with the devil. I mean, I'm good. I mean, you right. He ain't.
Yes.
You know and so he like, you know what? You ain't got to put up with that. I ain't telling you to leave. You ain't got to leave.
Because you deserve better.
But you deserve better.
Come on now.
You know the R. Kelly song, You Deserve Better, babe. I mean, some of y'all saints may not listen to that. But the thing is, he come clever.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he started doing. And you have to be careful entertaining the devil. The same way Eve got tricked.
Yeah.
He'll also trick you like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so looking forward to my husband and I's growth, newlyweds. Oh, congrats. We're going on 2 years. We keep God and all. Yeah, absolutely. Keep God in all
2
of it.
years, girl. Yeah. Y'all should be having sex and enjoying each other. He look at you look at him. Y'all fall in love again. Y'all are at the love boat stage. Like, it shouldn't be nothing. You get an argument, it just should be over in 30 minutes. Because you love your husband.
Come on now.
And your husband love you.
Come on
you should
now.
just get, you know what? Let's go have some sex somewhere. Let's go outside on the balcony somewhere. This is the point. I want you guys to enjoy.
Yeah.
Have much sex as you can. And store up sex.
Store up sex. How you store up sex?
In your brain. Okay.
Oh, so it's like a sex pad.
It's like a sex pad. You just save it, store it up in your brain.
You hear me?
And then when your husband get mad, you say, hello, you know I got something for you.
I got this for you.
I'm going to pull this one out for you. This is a sex pass. Meet me out on the balcony. So
only you.
This is what I want you guys to do. Enjoy your marriage. Enjoy your honeymoon.
Absolutely.
This is the fun time in life, man.
Exactly.
Have much sex as you
can. And absolutely, if you, like you said, you guys keep God through all things, and you may have fallen short. We all fall short. Like, by no means do we want anybody, and we always say this, that gets on MBG to think that we have perfected marriage. We are far from it.
We're not.
God absolutely moves within our marriage, but we have days where we have failed to rise to the godly occasion that God has called us to.
Yeah.
We have days where Rachel flares up in the flesh and Ronald flares up in the flesh, and God is like, okay.
I be binding stuff up. When I see her flare up, I say, I bind it, I cast it out. Boom! I turn into a superhero. I do. I turn into like a spiritual superhero.
Y'all see my face.
But no. It is a good thing. I mean, It's not that we have gotten to a prophetic relationship with but what we have done is we know how to recognize who the enemy is.
Absolutely.
See,
we don't fight each other.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, you're gonna have little fights.
Absolutely.
But when you learn how to recognize that something is the enemy,
Yep.
and you start praying against that right then and there,
Yep.
that's when you have gotten to the level of success success in a marriage.
Yeah.
Because you're still going, because you have flesh inside of you.
Absolutely.
And so you're still going to have those arguments where, sometimes you may not want to pray. Some people don't like to admit that.
Yeah.
I said that in a Bible study one day, and the whole room got quiet.
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I get to the point, I get so mad, I don't want to pray.
I'm real in my feelings.
You just go to God. You just fall on your knees and pray. No, I'm not falling on my knees. I don't want to do that. See, let's be real. We get to that point, man.
Exactly.
I don't want to pray right now.
Yeah. When you don't, I mean, interrupt you, babe, but when you don't, I'm sorry, love.
No, it's okay.
I want to say that real quick.
Get it out. No, go ahead. When
you don't normalize the things that people go through, the true walk of believers, when you don't normalize it and you don't say what those things are, when people actually experience it, they begin to question their faith. Yeah. They begin to question their walk, and they begin to walk away from God because they're like, I can't live up to this standard of perfection that the world is telling me that I'm supposed to be because I'm a believer. No. Like, let me fall down and get back up. That's why the Bible talks about falling down and getting back up. You're not going to be perfect.
Nope.
You got to fall down. You're going to fall down, get back up, keep it moving.
We fall down.
Absolutely. Don't sing it, babe. But absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
I can't sing.
You can do all things through Christ who strengthens.
Exactly.
So I'm not
exactly
even going to speak that over your life.
See, exactly. So you need somebody like that. Speak stuff in your life. They say you can't sing. You start to sing.
See how you try to trap me in that, guys. But I missed the, okay, so Sakina said, what if your spouse isn't as spiritual as you? How do you fight the spirit alone?
You don't fight alone. You fight with God.
There you go.
You turn your back like this and you let God lead the way.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that you're going to fight alone.
Absolutely not.
You can't. You're going to lose.
Absolutely not.
And that's where we get frustrated and aggravated.
Yep.
Because what we do is we start trying to fight alone. You're trying to cast out stuff and you're doing all this and you're praying. No, you can't do it alone. That's why the Bible said, I can do all things through. We missing the key words. We can do all things through Christ who strength. You can't do all things with your own strength.
Come on now.
You can't do all things because you went to church on Sunday.
Exactly.
You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And when you have Christ's strength, you can fight it.
That's it.
You can get through it.
Yep.
You can make it.
That's it.
You are
never
victorious.
Alone. That's it.
Just do it.
Yep.
I always say Nike mean victorious. That's why they put just do it. If you want to be victorious, you have to just do it.
You got to just do it.
You know what I'm saying? Include God in it and just do it.
Yeah.
But no, don't try to fight alone.
Yeah, but you're not alone. And so that's what we were talking about when we started this school. We were talking about the deceitfulness of the enemy. Because he's telling you you're in your marriage fighting alone. He's telling you, look, your husband don't need no God. Your husband ain't thinking about God. So you want to walk with God. So that's what you gonna do. Oh, you see where it got you? Trying to have a relationship with God, trying to stand for your marriage. You in this by yourself. This man ain't stunned. God ain't stunned you. That's what the enemy begins to tell you. But then what is your language? What is your mouth? Where's your life coming out of your tongue? Where is it speaking like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what, enemy? Like, no, I rebuke all of that. Like, we are in this fight together. Even if he plays sleep, we fight. He might not know he got on boxing gloves, but I got him suited up. We fighting. That's how you got to go into this thing. You are never fighting it alone. Like Ronald said, for one, you have God. You got the Spirit of God moving within your marriage, moving within you, covering you. So you're never fighting alone. But two, you're not fighting alone anyway because the two have become one. Yeah. We got to learn in marriage to stop the separation. Stop when trouble comes. We're no longer the one. Like if Ronald do some foul stuff, we still a one. Like, so we're going to have to take that blow to the Harris family. Like, that's what that whole family comes from. That's why even when people raise a kid, they're like, don't go out here and embarrass me. Because you're attached to the name. You're attached to who I am. We are a family. We are one. It's the same thing with marriage. It's the same thing with God. So if I'm attached to God and I'm a daughter in Christ, I'm God's daughter. I'm walking out there with God's power. Like, that's my daddy. Like, I'm almost like, you don't know who my daddy is? Like, do you want me to call my daddy?
You talking about
not my fleshly, not my like.
Oh, I thought you talking about God. I thought you said you don't know who my daddy is. Hey, I'm about to get mad at Jesus. But that is good though. That's
absolutely. Good. You're not fighting it by yourself. You absolutely have that with you, and so many of us are just struggling, frustrated. We're losing these battles because we're sitting there like, oh, ain't no devil, ain't nothing going on, ain't no spiritual attack. It's just him. It's just her. She got an attitude problem. Oh, it's just him. He can't be nice to nobody. I mean, yeah, they might have some stuff within their heart. Like we talked last week, we talked about the heart and how God got to move in your heart. There may be some things that need to be worked out within their heart, but also there's a battle going on, because one thing the enemy does very well, he will take your weakness and use it against you. Mm-hmm. And if you're not careful to pay attention to your own weaknesses, he can easily take your weakness and use it against you. But that's why God wants you to be able to be in tune with him, so he can reveal to you everything about you. Like, we like to fool ourselves and trick ourselves and say, you know what, I'm not this type of person. I don't have this kind of issue. I'm not insecure. I don't got this going on. And then God can't deal with it. And your unwillingness to acknowledge it makes it a playing point for the devil. Because the enemy could come in like, oh, you don't think you insecure? Let me show you. And then next thing you know, you and your spouse in a situation about your insecurity.
That's it.
Easy.
And this is another thing, man. Mm-hmm. You have to know who you are in Christ.
Yes.
That's how you develop your power.
Yes.
That's how, even I always like to go to the movie The Matrix Reloaded.
Yes.
He had to know, he had to find out who he is before he even knew he had the power.
Yes.
So that's why you, as a Christian, have to know who you are in Christ.
Yeah.
Before you can even know you. See, you have to know that you got to have faith.
Yep.
You got to know that, man, who your strength come from.
Absolutely.
And once you go back to Genesis and it talks about God giving you dominion over the earth. When you realize that, you shouldn't fear anything.
Yeah, that's it.
You shouldn't fear anything.
That's it.
Because you know that once you have the power, see, we misread and misunderstand the whole thing about having faith as a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Even that alone is discouraging. Me moving a mountain.
A whole mountain?
I can't even pick up my dresser. And you talking about picking up a mountain? Come on, God. What exactly what you saying? No, he's saying with your faith.
Yep.
With your faith.
Yep.
See, we don't believe. You know why most people not successful right now? Because we don't believe it in our heart.
Nope.
You know why you don't have money right now? Because you don't believe that you have it.
Nope.
In your pocket. You don't believe that you have it in your bank account.
No.
Have you ever seen a drug dealer who all of a sudden he just gets successful? He got a nice car. He got a nice house. He always have money. You know why? Even when you listen to the rappers, man, I woke up in a Bugatti. He started saying this. His mind started changing. He started acting on what he believed. See, it ain't that God blessing him. It's that he took the Christian principles and started applying it.
That faith
we as
works.
Christians, we don't even take the principle and apply it.
Yeah.
See, you take somebody on the outside who's don't believe in Christ.
Yep.
He take the principle and he started applying it.
Yep.
I woke up in a Bugatti. First of all, this man is riding in a box Chevy.
Yep.
But fast forward 3 years later, guess what? When he do buy the Bugatti, guess what? He on Facebook Live. I told y'all, I woke up in the Bugatti.
Yep.
I told y'all I had a Bentley.
Yep.
But when he was rapping, when you look at Cash Money, when they were talking about bling bling,
yep,
that was rented jewelry. The cars was rented. We got everything. We Cash Money millionaires. Just think about it.
Before they was ever that.
But they was thousandaires, hundredaires.
Exactly.
But he said, "Hey, we Cash Money millionaires." Yeah. They wrote the plan out that we're Cash Money millionaires. Applied it to the world by faith, and they started to act on it. So what we got to do? We got to grind. We got to be in the studio. We got to drop albums. We got to have at least 10, 15. Everybody got to drop 10 albums for us to get to this point. And what happens is they started making money. So now we actually Cash Money millionaires.
Yeah.
So they just applied the principle.
You know what it made me think about when you were just talking about that whole speak those things that are not as though they were?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No.
Like, we don't do that as believers, as people who have already been guaranteed victory in our lives. We don't speak the things.
Guaranteed. Yeah. It is fixed for you to win.
Yeah. You have no way of losing at walking in Christ. You have no way of losing.
So do that make God, like, he cheating? God, how you just gonna fix a fight to make it for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, you got to understand when Ron is talking about that, he's talking about that whole rapper scenario is about them having faith in themselves. And a lot of times it is appalling to see people who have more faith in themselves than they have in God. Like, I see people that don't have a relationship with God, but they have so much faith in them. And like Ronald said, they go out here and they move.
They do it.
And us, we get into this fairy tale understanding of faith that, okay, let me just believe about it. No, you got to get here and do some work, because it also say faith without work is dead. So yeah, you may believe that your marriage is gonna turn around and prosper. You may believe that you can get through this difficult season, but you got to do some work, and some work is tough. It's tough to humble yourself and say you're wrong in a situation when you don't feel wrong.
And let me just add to the comment that I was just looking at. Johnson wrote, the Bible also say he reigns on the just
and the unjust. Absolutely.
So that means the people who doing right.
Absolutely.
The people who doing wrong.
Absolutely.
He reigns on them both.
Absolutely.
So it's there.
Yep.
It's just who act on it.
Absolutely.
That's why God don't pick your mate.
Nope.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
God do not force himself on you.
Yep.
It's a choice.
Yep.
If you choose him, you get in.
That's it.
You don't, that's your option.
Yep.
See, he stopped making the choice for you back in Genesis.
Yep.
When Adam told him, no, this the woman you gave me.
Yeah.
Okay. So since we gonna do that, it's on you, homie.
Yeah.
It's on you guys.
Yeah.
That's why he who finds a wife,
Yeah.
you got to go out and you find her.
Yeah.
Now you picked the wrong one, put the covenant, you can have the ability to change it. But now you can't say I gave this woman to you.
Yeah. No, I just think so many times, and as believers, we begin to just buy into the sayings and we don't buy into the walking.
The action,
It takes walk. That's why even when we talk about marriage, we talk about relationships. A lot of what we talk about, people don't want to hear, because that's the real stuff you got to do. You want this love and hip hop, fake TV reality type of relationship and love, and that's fake. There's no reality about it. If you want to have a powerful marriage, a powerful friendship, a powerful union, you got to do it God's way. It's no other way to do it. You can pretend, but it all will fall down. We all have seen it before. That's how you have people that you see and you like, oh my God, I can't believe they got divorced. Oh my God, I can't believe it didn't work out for them, because they pretending. At the end of the day, it takes some real work to be married, and to be married with God in it. That's why we say this whole scope about being married by God. If God can't check you in your marriage or your relationship, then you don't have a relationship with God. Let me be clear. If God cannot check you, we're just going to talk about you. We're not even talking about your spouse.
Well, you have a relationship with God. It's just a lowercase one.
Come
there's
on
two
now.
different types of God.
Come on now.
See, people don't understand that the lowercase God is just it could be your car. It can be some people worship the statues. Some people worship the sun. Some people worship the stars.
Yep.
It could be that.
Now this universe. That's the thing that's out now. Everybody universe focused.
Stay woke.
Yeah.
But
why everybody sleep? I mean, come on.
The uppercase G O-D is the God which is in heaven.
Yeah.
See, it's a difference. A lot of people that's why it's so important that you tune into the Bible.
Yeah.
Because, when you see the lowercase s, that means something. When you see the uppercase, the lowercase, the lowercase l, for example. Lord. Yeah, that's what they used to call kings. Thank you, my Lord. But that was lowercase.
Yeah.
The
like
uppercase
Lord.
The Lord. The King of kings, the Lord's the Lord. So the Lords of lords.
Exactly.
That is the creator.
Exactly.
The Lord is just like, somebody like
a
me.
ruler. Absolutely.
The king.
But you made me, I was just going to say something, but that you said, I just forgot about it.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
I just forgot about it. But I was saying that to say, you really got to take into account I was talking about if God can't check you in your marriage. And I see this happen so many times. If you only answer to self, then you're going to be the one running your marriage and your relationship. If there's nobody there, if God cannot say, wait a minute, Rachel, you're wrong. You need to go apologize. And I cannot humble myself and turn around and apologize to Ronald, then I become my God of my relationship. I become my God of my marriage. And so many times we see this with believers. We like, no, I'm not doing that. They wrong. I'm not doing anything. And God, that still small voice, like Ronald said, is like, you know what? You can kill this situation. It's not even that serious.
Yeah.
You can apologize. Even if you're not wrong, go ahead and diffuse it. And then we get in our flesh and we like, I ain't diffusing nothing. This is my third time. I done apologized 3 times. He don't never apologize. And he keep doing the same stuff. God, no, I'm not doing that. So who are you really serving? Because if God can't check you and God can't keep you in line and God can't guide you, you guiding yourself. And that's where we fall short. And that's where we're losing, because we want God's guidance, but only when it's convenient.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we want it.
Yeah.
We want the blessings. We want want the guidance. We want the protection. We want all of those things when it's absolutely convenient for us. And anything that God gives you that's powerful, that is victorious, that is purposeful, it's never going to be easy. It's never going to be easy, guys. You're going to have to do the work for it. You're going to have to do the work for it. And you're going to... and when you do the work for it, it becomes easier to manage, but it doesn't become easy. And so you begin to manage it a lot more easier because now you can identify for what it is, like Ronald said. You can see a spiritual attack coming. So you know not to go off and go on your spouse because you're like, wait a minute. I know what it's from. I know what it's about. So you go into prayer about it. Before you even lash out of your mouth against your spouse, you already know what it's stemming from. And when you're connected like that, that's how you can move so easily in marriage. We kill a lot of our arguments simply because we know where it's coming from. Like, it's bigger. We're going into this conference, guys, and we talked about it earlier. Our conference is in 2 weeks. We absolutely know the enemy is roaming around our house. We know it. I'm talking about absolutely know. The enemy is roaming, looking for an entry point to come into this house. Because he already sees what the Think It Strong conference is. He already seen it. He already seen how impactful it will be. He already seen the people that are going to be there, the people that God is going to feed. He already has seen that. And so the only way to stop that is to stop us. Now, if he comes in and Ronald and Rachel have their guards down, and we get so comfortable and we don't understand that it's a spiritual attack looming because we're getting ready to walk into purpose. If we're not careful, we will let him do just that. And you'll see us come on this live and say, you know what? We're just going to postpone the conference or we're going to cancel the conference because we got some other things come up.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to pay attention, especially when you walk in purpose. And this is why people got, when you marry and you're building, this for my builders out there. And all y'all should be building if you're married. You should not be in a marriage and not building. If you are building in your marriage, the enemy's goal is to stop production. His goal is to stop production. Because especially when you're building for God. Because when you're building for God, it's bigger than you already. It's not about you. Like, MBG ain't about us. Like, I don't gotta get on here and talk to be seen. Like, I ain't gotta do that. Me and him was having conversations 10 years before MBG about marriage. We were just chopping it up on the sofa as friends. And so it's so much bigger than us that it takes God's presence for it to happen every single time. Yeah. Like, we tell people all the time, this platform is not easy. We get on scopes pissed off at each other. Like, pissed. Like, we get on scopes like we were just going at it before we came live with you guys. We get on scopes.
And let me show you how real this is. And I don't know if you guys ever peeped this out. Mm-hmm. She is perfect in hiding.
Yeah, I can switch gears because it's bigger than me.
My transmission messed up. Mm-hmm. I can't switch gears. I haven't learned how to switch gears.
Yes. And some of y'all, you know what's funny is some of y'all done called Ronald out about it subliminally, because if he gets on, y'all know he real playful, he real engaged. And some of y'all have said, you know what, Ronald, you ain't talking too much there. What's going on with you? And so some of you guys have paid attention, but we have learned that even in our flesh, it's bigger than us.
It's bigger than us.
And so if we get into an argument before we've had time to teach what God laid on our heart to teach for that week, we are doing an injustice to God's people, because God has somebody on the receiving end already. He has a word already for somebody on the receiving end. And so if Rachel and Ronald's emotions overtake his purpose, everybody's losing. That's why your marriage got to be bigger than you. A lot of us don't fight because we think the marriage is a piece of paper. We think the marriage is a title, and we don't see the land. We don't see the blessing. We don't see the generational impact that our marriage has. We got 4 boys. That's 4 kingdoms, guys. That's how I look at it. I got 4 kingdoms to protect. Not just this kingdom, I have their kingdom. And so if my marriage fails or suffers, it impacts their kingdom. Everybody. Not to say they can't have a successful marriage if we fail, but it impacts them. Now they got something, they had a deficit. Now they have something to fight against. Now they got something to go to battle for because of what we have created. It's bigger than you guys. When you marry, it's bigger than you every single time.
I mean, even when you come to Christ, it's bigger than you.
Absolutely.
Just to ask one of the questions, I think Ms. Johnson asked, do we help couples personally?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are marriage coaches. You can reach out to us behind the scenes. You can inbox us, any questions or whatever you want to talk about, discuss about, we're open to that. So
yeah, you go to you can inbox us, or you can go to our marriedbygod.org page and find out how to get in contact with us that way too.
Yeah.
That's cool. Somebody said, I'm coming in cold. How do you work on restoring your marriage and God when the other spouse wants to divorce? I made a mistake and started to divorce him first, but stopped it. Now he has shut me out of his life completely, understandably so. He doesn't attend church or have a relationship with God for himself. We live in different states, and although I am convicted of doing it God's way, now that I am not doing it my way. Now, wait a minute. Though I am convicted of doing it God's way now, and now that I'm not doing it my way. Okay, so one thing I will say, Gwendolyn, is that that's a lot of different factors now that are impacting the resistance piece. I think, for one, the distance in the states makes it a little more difficult to even fight the way you would want to fight being there physically, living in a house with somebody being there. I think one thing that you recognize that you said is I started the process. And sometimes when we start the process, we want to reverse it so quickly. And when processes like that are started, the damage is done. And so now you have to go into surgery instead of like just going to urgent care. Now they're saying, no, wait a minute. This is a situation that's going to have surgery. And so I think first you got to program your mind to understand that it's going to be a little, a time frame. You got to continue to seek God, continue to pray, continue to ask for guidance, continue to fight if that's what God laid on your heart to fight. Continue to engage your husband. Do not beat your husband over the head with the word of God. Do not beat your husband over the head with Christ. A lot of times we do that. We get saved. We have a relationship with God and we like, wait a minute, you're going to church with me tomorrow. And the spouse is sitting there like, wait a minute, whoa. That's your walk. And God has not called us to do that. Your walk alone should be enough to incite an interest in Christ for anybody. That's why Christ is in us. A lot of people always talk about going to the church and doing all that. No, you are the church. You are the walk. You are Christ-like. That's what that whole Christ-like is. Somebody should be able to look at your life, encounter you, and encounter Christ. And when we begin to really walk in that and walk in that calling and walk in that purpose and walk in that capacity and that ability, we can really start to impact others in a way that leads them to God without us speaking it down on them, you know, and beating them over the head with it. And so I say, just continue to seek God, walk in it, speak kindly, be kind to your husband, humble yourself, because it's going to take some humbling. Even though you initiated that process, now you got to deal with what you initiated. And it may be a learning season God has you in, because sometimes we move so quickly and we do things and it's damaging God. Like, I didn't tell you to do that. And now you got to deal with the consequences of that so I can teach you a lesson. And so just keep the faith. Keep feeding yourself spiritually. Keep staying in the word of God. Keep praying. Surround yourself around some people that are going to touch and agree with you, you know, in that process, and be ready to let it be God's will and not your will. Be ready to let it be God's will and not your will. And I always say that because so many people say, God told me to stand and fight for my marriage, and they'll never give up. The husband moved on, living with somebody else. It's been 15 years. He in a whole nother relationship, having 15 kids. And they like, I'm still holding on. Let it be God's will. Don't let it be your will.
And if you ask God for something, or if you ask God for a direction, or if you ask God for an answer, if you ask him and he doesn't give you the answer that you want or the answer that you desire, don't ask him. Because sometimes you're not going to get the answer that you want.
You never will.
And some people say, or try to ignore it and say, no, that's not God.
Yep. Because it's not what you want to hear.
It's not what you want to hear. And this is for anyone who is going through a marriage. I see someone else was saying that they're fighting for their marriage. And, you know, they've been married for 5 years and they stepped out, made a mistake. And they, wanted to know, like, what can they do to gain back the trust? Humility comes before honor. Humility comes before honor. Simply what I'm saying is you have to humble yourself.
Absolutely.
You really have to humble yourself. If you are the one who made the mistake, and I'm not saying that it's totally your fault, but you have to be willing to humble yourself.
Absolutely.
To make this, especially if you are the man who made the mistake. Because we are atmosphere changer, you have the ability to change that situation. But the problem that men have is we have a chip on our shoulder. So it's certain things that we don't want to do. and we don't have a lot of patience. See, when you make the mistakes, you have to have all the patience. You have to develop patience.
Absolutely.
You have to develop the kindness.
Absolutely.
You have to develop the humility.
Absolutely.
So even when the spouse doesn't respond the way you think she should respond, you have to be willing to eat that humble pie.
Yeah.
See, this is where the humility come in when you have made the mistake.
Yes. Yep.
And also, just going through prayer, fasting, studying, and just because sometimes God allow these things to happen to get your attention. Because we can sometimes be so much in tune with our spouse and not God, and then your spouse becomes your God.
And let me say that because you just touched on what I wanted to jump into, because I see a lot of this talk about fighting for your marriage and going through stuff. And you just hit it on the nail. I think sometimes God is very silent in situations where we begin to fight for our marriages, because our whole intent for fighting for our marriage isn't unto the glory of God. It isn't to build a relationship with God. It's simply to save the marriage. And I think anytime that the marriage becomes the God before the God is the God, and we go into it with ulterior motives, God is not going to move. God is not going to move so that you can put him in the backseat again. So now we're going to God and we're like, God, I'm coming to you. I'm praying. I'm studying. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I really want my marriage. That's all well and good. I'm not saying that you don't go to God to fight situations, but God wants you to establish the relationship. Yeah. That's number one. The relationship with God is number one, even to the guy that spoke that he stepped out and he wants to save his marriage. What I would say, work on repairing absolutely before repairing your marriage is, where did the breakdown come that allowed you to cheat with God? Where did the breakdown happen of the relationship with God? Because ultimately that is most important. And when you solidify and you strengthen your individual relationship with God, God can naturally strengthen and restore a marriage. But we get into it and we're like, God, fix my marriage. And we make the focus fixing the marriage. And God is like, no, I ain't coming here to fix your marriage right now.
My relationship with you first.
Come on now.
If you look at when David stepped out and he made a mistake, he cheated on his wife. Yeah. In his prayer to God was, God, I have sinned against you and only you.
He's not sinned against my wife.
It wasn't even about his wife.
Come on now.
It wasn't about what he did. None of that.
Come on now.
God, look, man, it was two things that are very important in what he said.
Absolutely.
He said, I have sinned against you and only you.
Yep.
And he said, please, God, please don't allow your presence.
Don't take it.
To leave me.
Don't take it from me. I gotta have you.
I gotta have you, so I can't function with you.
Come on now.
Without you.
Come on now.
So I'm sorry for sinning against you, but look, don't take your presence away from me.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
See, our prayer is not that.
No.
I want my marriage.
No.
I need her. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to be with her.
Yeah.
So where's the God in it?
Where's the God in that?
So repair your relationship with God first. And he'll begin to restore your marriage. He'll begin to restore your relationship.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes he allow these things to happen to get your attention.
Absolutely.
See, the only way I can get your attention, and I got to hit you on the soft spot.
Exactly.
So if I hit you on the soft spot, I got your attention. You be like, oh God, this done happened. The worst done happened.
Yep.
See, you done made a commitment. See, when we get married, we go before God and we say, I love this person for better or worse.
Yep.
But what is the worst? Because this simply saying, I'm not leaving. So if your spouse has cheated on you, or you have cheated on your spouse, and your spouse leave, that means you simply saying that I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. Now, what if God left us when we was out in the world doing what we want to do? And he said, you know what? They just doing what it's been a year, and they just doing what they want to do. I'm out. I'm leaving. Because Jesus didn't have to go on the cross.
At all.
He didn't have to do it.
At all.
See, and it goes back. He said, love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Absolutely.
See, Christ went and he died for the church, right? So we forget that before he got on the cross, he was beaten.
Come on now.
Hair was snatched from his chin.
Come on.
Crown of thorns
pushed down on his
on
head.
your head.
Yep.
You know how much pain he went through.
Yeah. Before the death.
Before the death. Now your relationship go through a little tragedy.
Oh, it's
and
over.
You want to call it quit.
It's over. I can't even.
Even after doing all that, after beat him, they made him carry the cross.
Come on now.
So your wife becomes, your spouse become your cross. And for men, your wife become your cross. So are you willing to die for your
Come on now.
your spouse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you even carry the cross.
Yeah. You true. You made a mistake, right? Yeah, it's cool. But now you got to take this beating. Because it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a process.
Absolutely.
So when you try to come back and say, hey, man, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Your spouse is not going to want to hear that. That's like a lash that Jesus took. And he said, I'm willing to do any and everything that you need me to do. Boom, that's like another lash.
Yeah.
And then she say, you know what, I'm leaving. Yeah. Separation, just like the crown of thorn being smashed on your head. That is very painful for somebody that you love, and they say that, you know, they just need time. They want to separate.
Yeah.
So are you willing to go through all of this for your spouse?
Let me jump in, baby, because somebody asked a question about domestic violence type of situation. I want to make sure I touch that. And so I do want you guys to know, who may not be privy to MBG, you may not know kind of us. And so we are not so spiritual that we are not logical. That's number one. And I come from a social work background. And so to that question about staying when someone puts their hands on you, I do not believe that God would allow you, and especially even with children, to continue to reside in a situation that is detrimental to your life. And so we all know that domestic violence can go very left field very quickly, and so many people lose their lives, men and women. And so what I would always tell somebody is to make yourself safe first. Safety is first.
Yeah, safety
is paramount. So if that's you leaving, if that's you taking the measures legally, what you need to do to take the measures, you take the measures. That's only right. That's only right to protect yourself. That's self-preservation. That's anybody's gonna do that. It would be foolish for anybody. Listen to me, guys. And because we do this to people, and I hate that we do this to people, and we do this to people in church a lot of time, to say stay in situations that can literally kill you. No. I'm not saying you can't still fight for your marriage, but your safety is number one. You gotta get safe. Now, if you choose to fight once you're safe, and they say, okay, you know what? I want to go to Batterers Anonymous class. I want to go to I want to go get some help. I want to do some self-counseling. I want to do some individual counseling. I don't want to be this batterer. I don't want to be this person. You can choose to stay. That would be awesome, because God can change and move in powerful ways. I will never put God's ability in a box, because his ability is beyond my knowledge. And so he can always change a situation, but you do not physically continue to stay in a situation that you can die in. That is not what the intent of staying in a marriage is about. That is not what God would want for your life. For you to be facing death every day, for your children to be traumatized, for your children to be facing those very same things. Absolutely not. You get safe first. And if you choose, and if that person really wants to change the behavior, because they're going to have to really do that work. You can't do work for them in domestic violence situations. The person that is violent, that has no self-control, they have to be able to do the work. And so if they're not willing to do the work, I don't really see how you're going to be able to really move beyond that point. And so that's just my advice as a social worker. Like, I would absolutely not advise anybody to do that. I missed something somebody say that I wanted to touch on. We've been on here a while. Somebody asked, where's the conference? And so we're in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. The conference. Oh, you did put it in a conference in Atlanta. Like we said.
And it's free.
Guys. We only had 100 spots. So far, we have less than 15 spots left. And so if you want a ticket, feel free to go over, grab you a ticket so you can come. If you're in Atlanta, around Atlanta, you can get to Atlanta, come and hang out with us at the MBG conference. We would love to see you guys. And tickets are absolutely free. It's not the words, but I know he still does it. It's like sleeping with the enemy. Oh, I missed it. It goes so fast. I'm sorry, guys. It goes so fast on the phone. I'm trying to see it, and sometimes I gotta go. Against me, sleep with the enemy. He'll support me. It's like he just don't care anymore. And Letitia, it really sounds like you're in a spiritual battle. What I hear a lot of what you're saying and what you're going through. Because it's almost like this is a person you don't know anymore. And like Ronald said, a lot of times, because we don't realize that it's a spiritual being now, at this point, it's a spiritual fight, that you're looking very fleshly at it. You're looking very physical at it. So you're going to war now in this situation in your marriage with your worldly tools that have no effect on this spiritual battle. And so you're coming now with your frustration. You're coming with your doubt. You're coming with everything that's emotional. And God is sitting there like, wait a minute, Letitia, I don't need you to get emotional. I need you to get spiritual. I need you to arm yourself. I need you to get in your prayer closet. I need you to seek first me, my kingdom. Get in touch with me. Line up with me. Pray to me. Keep your focus on me and let me do the work. But you can't focus on your husband and focus on God.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't do it. So either your focus got to be now 100% God or it got to be 100% your husband. And so you got to know who do you trust the most to win this battle? And I would say God. And so God is trying to get your attention all the while you're focused on the situation with your husband. You can't do that. Yeah, it's like, God, if I trust you, God, yes, the enemy could be right here, just like this. This is how he does us. Mm-hmm. But I'm so right here with God, like, I don't have time for that. Like, so all it is this right here, because my focus is here. So I never turn to engage because this right here is nothing. My focus is here. All hell can be breaking loose around me. And all I see is what God promised me. And that's how you got to look at it. Like, I would fight for my marriage because I know the promise he put on it. Yeah. And so even through circumstances, trials that we may face, I got to keep focused. If you don't stay focused, you're going to fail. You don't stay focused, you're going to fail. You got to line up your focus again. You're focusing too much on him and not enough on God. And it goes back to what we said earlier. God wants you to seek and desire the relationship more than you desire the repairing of it. And I guarantee you, the moment that you move back and you like, you know what, God, let your will be done. Let's talk a little bit about let your will be done. Yeah, because that's what the word says. Your will be done. We want our will. We want God to line up his will with our will. We like, wait a minute, God, not your will, my will. And if your will line up with my will, then we good. But if it does not, then I don't really know if I want to kind of follow your will. Right now. I don't really want to, I don't want to do that. God, this is God's will. So if God's will is for your marriage right now to take a back seat so you can take a front seat with God, you got to say, you know what, God? Your will. Mm-hmm. I'm done. I'm not saying my marriage is over, but my focus is going to be you. And whatever you tell me to do in this walk in this season, I'm going to do it. However you tell me to move in this marriage, I'm going to do it. Because now I'm focused on you. I'm not focused on the devil over here using him. He don't even know he getting played. So right now, let's go to war spiritually. Because I can't do it. I can't fight the demons that come against me and my marriage by myself. I have to take it to God. I don't even have the kind of arsenal needed to be victorious unless I take it to God. And God is saying, Letitia, I want the relationship with you. You focus on your marriage. Yeah. Your marriage does not sustain you. That's not it. Your marriage does not sustain you. But Letitia, that's what you told who? Because is it going back to your husband? You gotta, like, if that's what you told God, his will. So if it's his will, then your only thing should be, God, I trust you. God, keep me moving. God, whatever comes, build my faith, God. Keep me focused. Keep me focused on you. Mm-hmm. Pray for my husband, God. I pray that you touch him. Everything should still be so centered around God and God moving that your emotions shouldn't even be impacted by the behaviors of your husband. Because at this point, he's the enemy's puppet. And when you sitting with the enemy's puppet, you got no time to entertain that. Like, I'm going to war. I have no time to entertain puppets. I don't. Whether that puppet is your spouse, your child, your mom, your dad, your friend, your homegirl, you have no time to entertain it when you're in a battle, guys. And that's what we got to be able to do. We got to start being able to understand, identify, recognize, spot out when it's a spiritual attack and go to spiritual war about it. We got to be able to start possessing this power that you hear. True. You know, I used to always think that when I used to go to church and I'm like, man, I want to be able to talk like that. When I used to hear preachers like talk and minister the word of God and teach the word of God, I was like, oh, I want to be able to do that. But at the same time, I wasn't studying. Like, I go to church on Sunday, I get a word, I ride the wave, like Ronald said. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I did what I wanted to do, got in my feelings, got a little discouraged, got a little empowered, came back Sunday like, wait a minute, I'm depleted, fill me up. Then I'm there again. Okay, yeah, I want to be able to do that. That's cool. Yeah, speaking to the people in the word, woo, 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 sword. I'm all that. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday come. I have done nothing. I have spent no time with God. I haven't engaged God. I haven't thought about opening the Bible from the time I left Sunday when they said turn to whatever scripture and let's read. This is what we do. And when you use God in this way, you have no fuel to fight. That is the problem. The problem isn't that your marriage is in a battle. The problem is that you have no fuel to fight because we only think we're supposed to get fuel on Sunday or Saturday if you go to church on Saturday or Bible study when you go to Bible study.
And that reminds me of a scope that we did when we said we treat God like a phone charger.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When we get on that little red, and now it have gotten even better. They got the energy saver now.
Yes.
So you can last a little longer.
Yep.
See, but soon as we only need God when we need to be charged back up.
Yep.
So when your phone hit that little red point, or your life or your spirit start to hit that little red point, what we do, we reach for God, the source, and plug him into the wall and say, charge me up.
Absolutely.
But as soon as he charges us up, we unplug and we out. Mm-hmm. We don't think no more about him until we get on red.
No.
And see, the red is the sign.
It's about to die.
It's about
Coach, see, we don't pay attention to yellow. Like the caution. Yellow is caution. That's caution in life, everything. Even when you go red light, green light, yellow light. Yellow light means, look, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
You're getting a little on edge.
Yeah, you risking a little too much. And we'll look at the yellow and we think yellow means speed up. Let me keep going.
Even when you drive it in your car, if you notice, when you get low fuel, the sign, your little light come on, is yellow.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if you guys, because our car go down to that point. So I don't know if
well, you like, you got 50 miles. Girl, you got 50 miles before you done. You're not even on E. You got 50 miles before your car stop. And I'm like, oh, babe, how many miles to the house from right here where
Not even, and then what we do, we make it and we refuel it back up.
Yes.
And so we got to stop using God like a phone charger.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, God is the source, not the resource.
No, come on now.
We coming straight.
Come on, if you ain't, come on now. But I'm just saying that, like, bless my soul, because I know I treat God like a resource sometimes, and he has to really check me sometimes, and like, okay, wait a minute, Rachel. Like, so you coming to get?
Yeah.
Wait, so I ain't seen you in a month, but you coming to get?
And that's what we do.
You coming to receive?
We become like spiritual leechers.
Yes, just some parasites.
Parasites. We only just need God when we need to be refueled.
Like, let me just get this from you, Lord. Deuces.
And you know what? It's not that it's aggravate God. I don't know if you remember with the woman who had the issue of blood. Mm-hmm. But the moment when she touched his garment, he said, some power left me. You don't remember that?
Yes.
He said, what happened? The power
Wait a
left
minute.
me.
I feel a little drainage came on.
And his little disciples like, man, it's people all around us, dude. What are you talking about?
Everybody gonna touch you. People bumping you left and right.
No, somebody just took some power away from me.
Yes.
And so that's what we do every day.
But babe, let me just say what you just said.
Go ahead.
Because this is what messes up our battles in marriage. It was just what you said. Jesus was in a crowd.
A crowd of people.
The disciples said, look, there's people bumping you left and right. Everybody bumping you.
Right.
Now, people were bumping him, true, but no power left. She came.
And she charged up. She
charged up. Why? First she had faith. She seeked them out. She connected.
She connected with him.
She connected. So sometimes we're in the mix and we're in our relationships and our marriages and we're in our life going to church. We just bumping into God. We just like, yeah, but I'm in the atmosphere.
We ain't taking no power from him.
No.
We ain't learning from him. We ain't studying from him. We ain't fasting from him. We ain't getting the sources that we need from him.
Come on now.
Only thing we doing is bumping.
We just bumping.
We in the atmosphere. We just bumping.
We in the vicinity.
We in the vicinity.
Yeah.
But we're not connecting to him.
Nope.
To the point where he said, some power left me.
Yep.
See, that means some presence. Hold up. Somebody. Okay, that was you. I got you.
Yeah. You know, it remind me of, even when you were talking about the charger piece. So I got an iPhone for you iPhone users. So, you know, sometimes when your iPhone, your real charger, the one that come with the phone, when it go out and you got to get like the little imitation chargers, I buy the imitation chargers. So,
yeah, we got
so when I buy the imitation charger, they only gonna last so long. And so sometimes I have been to the point where my phone was on red, like literally 5% left. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna charge up. I'm gonna leave my phone for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna come back and should have some charge, at least be on green. I come back and it's still on 5%. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now I know I got my phone plugged in. I know it's connected. But where's the breakdown from the phone to the power source? And that's what we do. We go to church and we like, wait a minute, I'm connected. I'm in the pew seat. I'm worshiping. I'm praising. I'm here. I'm repeating this scripture, and I'm leaving with no power.
You got a shortage in your spiritual connection.
Come on now.
That's what it is. You got a shortage in your spiritual connection. The reason why you can't be charged up because you have a shortage in your spiritual connection.
Absolutely.
So when you try to plug in to God, it's a shortage there. So yeah, you going to church every Sunday, but you're not building a relationship. You going to church every Sunday.
Come on now.
You jumping up, you praising, you doing all this, but you're not getting a relationship with him. You know, you're doing a religion piece of it, but the reason why you're not being charged up is because you're not having the relation part.
Yeah.
So that's why when you have that fake phone charger and you plug it in the wall and you plug it in your phone and you still don't get no charge, it's not a relation there.
Yeah.
That means one of the wires have a shortage.
Yep.
And it's not connecting. You're not getting the full power.
Yeah. You can only fight with a relationship, guys. You can only go into the boxing ring of marriage and relationships with a relationship. It is so important to have a relationship. That's why I don't even debate people about religion. I could care less. You cannot shake me on my relationship. Like, I will go to bat to you about my relationship. That's something that you can never sever because I've experienced it. I have it. It's just as real as me and Ronald. My relationship with God, my relationship with Jesus, the way that he has come and blocked things, fought battles for me, protected me when I didn't even see that I need protection, protected my children when I didn't even pray for them that day. The way that he has moved in my life has been so impactful. The way that we have conversations, the power that he releases in me to do the things that he called me to do is all God. It's all relational. So you cannot come in and shake my relationship. People get so lost because they get shook in religion. And religion is not power. There's no power in religion, guys. There's no power in religion. There's power in relationship with God. When you have a relationship, you are able to move mountains, like Ronald said. And not these physical, we're talking about spiritual. Go ahead, baby.
Now I'm going to say, in religion, it's like that fake phone charge you got where you have to like bend it a little bit. Then you might say, bing, then you're trying to find that right spot.
Yes.
See, but you're not connecting. But you're trying to find that right spot. So you have to bend it this way.
Yes.
You have to wrap the charger around this way.
You got to get creative. Lay your
phone this way. You got to get creative. But it wasn't built for you to do that.
No.
You're just supposed to stick it right in.
That's it. And it releases.
You stick it right in and it releases.
Yeah.
That's just profound. That is sexually.
I just knew you were going to go there. As soon as it left my mouth, I was like, Ronald going to pick that up and just change what I said.
This is sexually
my
profound.
God.
This is at its best. I said, you stick it in, and my wife said,
it releases.
It releases.
Why did I say that?
No. They need to hear this. They need to hear this. That was good. Because we did it in such a way that this was nobody but God.
Yeah.
So basically, when we get off this, I'm charging up. I'm going to stick it in the phone charger, y'all.
Guys, don't. Exactly.
Please
oh, my God.
do not allow your mind to go
Jay,
down.
Get your brother.
No. I'm talking about the phone charger. I'm going to charge my phone up. I'm going to stick it in, and I want God to release that power into that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but absolutely, guys, our whole point of jumping on
the conference is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
The location will be announced Saturday.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we had to change.
In Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville. Oh, that's 6 hours. Come on up.
Just come on up.
Man, I'm telling you, that's a turnaround trip.
That is.
That's a turnaround trip.
The conference is in Atlanta, guys, and if you are in Atlanta, near Atlanta, you can get here. The conference is absolutely free, and God just said free it up because He wanted to make sure that there were no barriers in place.
Even some of the door prizes is going to be gas cards.
Exactly.
So you come on up, take that trip. You never know.
Yeah.
God may even bless you with a gas card.
Yes. But no, we are
so excited. No, go ahead.
I'm not doing this with you.
No, I was finna say
Go ahead, baby.
No, ladies first.
So I was
but what I want... Go ahead. No, seriously. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I was going to say that God really laid it on our heart. We were supposed to do this scope last week, and life happened. Like some of you guys that weren't on earlier, we were talking about just going through battles last week in our marriage ourselves, and then we had friends that were going through battles, and then we had MBG people inboxing us like, hey, I'm going through this. We started going through a battle. I mean, it was heavy. It was chaos all around, like for marriage and relationships, and so we knew God was really speaking to us to really talk about fighting, I still try to stay strong around myself in God's word. Let me go back and see. So we really just wanted to jump on. I don't know who just made that last quote about.
Continue to stay strong, stay in God's word, and He will bless you. We're going to continue to pray for you.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, we're going to be praying for you right after this scope. That, God deliver you from whatever you may be going through, because a lot of marriages are going through something right now. A lot of marriages is suffering, but are going through hell, simply going through. So don't stop. Once you're going through hell, please don't stop. Just continue to do exactly what I said. Go through it.
Yeah. And I wanted to see that comment because I don't know how long it's been since you've been divorced. Because I see you say you kind of battling the depression piece, and a lot of people don't understand that. When you get divorced, it is a grieving season that happens. It is a grieving season. It should be a grieving season. That's a huge impact. When you merge two lives together and now they are severed and you have to begin another life again by itself, that is a grieving season. You have that right to grieve, but what you don't want to do, you do not want to accept the devil's invitation for depression, because anything that God has allowed to die, it is something bigger that He has in store that will live. And so you don't want to get caught up in the season of losing that you forget to win. And that's why I said you still got to go back to speaking a thing the way that you know that God ordained it to be for you. Do not let the enemy trick you and get you to a place of sadness and worry and weight and heaviness because the marriage did end. The marriage ended. I'm sure it has a heavy impact, but your faith and your belief in God, you can understand that God has something even better for you, because our thoughts are not like His thoughts, our ways are not like His ways. And in fact, it says His are above our thoughts. Above. We can't even comprehend the things that God comprehends. So even, and when you're a believer, you understand that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord, who are called according to His purpose. If you understand that you are called according to God's purpose, then you know any bad situation, anything that you experience in life, God is going to be able to utilize that for your good. You're going to come out winning on the end. So don't let the enemy keep you in this season of fear, this season of doubt, this season of worry, this season of depression. We come against that depression right now in the name of Jesus. I am with you, my sister. That will not take over your life. God has something so much better in store for you. He has another season of prosperity and fruitfulness, and the harvest is just waiting for you. You can't get lost in the midst of the work. So don't get discouraged. Keep your eyes on God. Keep yourself in the word. Like you said, keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting, and keep moving. Because that's what it is. You got to keep moving in God. And as you keep moving, He's going to lead you into that next season. I think somebody said something that I think we missed. Guys, I see a lot of you guys just joined us. This is your first time on. If it's your first time on, drop us a hi. If we inbox you, do respond back. I need some insight. Absolutely. So Jennifer,
we respond back to all of our inbox.
We respond at least 24 to 48 hours.
That's what a lot of people don't. Well, now they're starting to realize now. But we do respond back to our messages, like you said, with 24, 48 hours. Sometimes it'd be right back. Mm-hmm. And we are some people, we are in tune with our people. We just don't come on the scope and we not untouchable. No, we respond back. We engage just like you guys engage with us.
New people just doing this.
Shout out to all the new people, man.
All the first time people.
Okay.
Yeah.
We hope some of you guys can make it out to the conference. If you can't make it out to the conference, go to the MBG page and click on the link and get your free ticket.
She's not divorced. Okay. So if you're not divorced and you kind of just going through, because I missed some of the comments. So if you're not divorced and you kind of just going through that season of depression and doubt, we come against that too. You got to keep your eyes on God. Keep yourself in the word. You got to keep going.
We're going to declare that within the next 7 days, all that depression and going through that stuff is going to be gone.
Anna, are you asking what's the subject of the conference? If you're asking what's the subject of the conference, it's Think It Strong on transforming your marriage and relationship by the power of your thoughts. So the conference is not just for married couples. It's if you're single, you're dating, you're engaged. You're married, it's any of those things. And so we come just speaking about and we always invite people to come before they ever get married, so you can begin to align what you need to have in marriage and what God desires for you to have in marriage before you get married, so you can start to see some of those signs and some of those things. So we appreciate you guys who are new to MBG. We come on typically every Monday at 8 o'clock on our Facebook Live post. So if you're new to us and you want to catch us another time, you can go like our page so that you can get the notification. But also, we're not going to be on for the next 2 weeks because we're going to be prepping for the conference, and so we won't be on the next 2 Mondays, but right after the conference, which is October 14th, we should be on the 16th of October, kind of recapping. We're going to go live. We're going to go live about the conference. Live from the conference. Guys, I'm tired. It's like 10 o'clock. So we're going to go live from the conference. We're hoping to be able to stream it live the entire time, just depending on the technology that we have available to us and what we're kind of working with and what God allows. We hope that you guys can see it live that can't join us, because we understand we have a lot of MBG family that are outside of Georgia and are in different states. And we appreciate you guys always tuning in with us and engaging with us. And so for those, it was a lot of new people on here who tuned in with MBG. Just to give you a little background of me and Ronald, we have been married 11 years. We have 4 awesome, handsome, beautiful boys. Yes, guys, I'm in a house full of men. You know, but hey, it works. Booyaka. It works. You know, so we have 4 beautiful boys. We both work. We both have businesses. We do ministry together, which is MBG. We kind of all over the place. We're all over so many things.
Let me also give, if you guys, I see a lot of women on this page. If you are interested in buying a purse, you can go to
you plugging me.
Cali Kango Collection fan page. It's some wonderful purses over there. We also will have some at the conference. So if you would like to purchase, if you'd like to purchase, what do they call it, clutch? I guess that's the thing that you ladies stick up under your arm when you're going out.
Yeah.
If you would like to purchase a clutch, man, you can go to Cali Kango Collection. These are handmade. Yeah. Handmade. I mean, awesome. You have to go and check it out. Once again, this is Cali Kango Collection.
Look at my baby plugging me, guys.
I'm going to stick the link up under here. No, just go and like it.
I appreciate you, though. No, that's awesome.
You can go and like it, and maybe you might want to get somebody a Christmas gift, something for Thanksgiving. Yeah. I advise you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do some for a percentage off at the conference. So we're going to have a few at the conference. You guys come to the conference, man. We're going to do, I'm not going to say 50% off, but we're going to do a big percentage off. And also what I'm going to do is I personally will be giving away one. I haven't came up with something, you know, I don't know, the first person to the conference or something. You know, maybe it might be a drawing that I'll put in the book, or a raffle, a $1 raffle that we're going to give away a bag for $120 bag for a $1 raffle. Ain't gonna be something that I'm gonna give away a ticket. I'm gonna give away a purse.
I wanted to say that because I see a lot of people chiming in their first time and they're telling us where they're from. So I see Jolinda from Alabama. Thanks for joining us. Shamika from Louisiana.
Yeah, man. Shout out where you from, man.
Thank you for joining us. I missed. Anna from San Diego, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Nikki from New Jersey, wow, hi, thanks for joining us. You guys are like all over the place. That's a good one.
I may do that, the oldest married couple.
Yes, you guys are all over the place. St. Louis in the house, man. We appreciate you guys. Texas
in
joining
the
us. And a lot of people ask us, when are we traveling? Like kind of California's in the building. Look at you.
California.
When are we traveling to do conferences? And we are very open to traveling. We know that God has it in place for us to be. We always said that MBG is supposed to be a movement that we carry around the world and to minister to God's people. And so we know He has that in the works. But we do say this. If you are in a city and you know of a place that we could come, because really all it comes down to is the venue and getting a place that we can gather people together and do it. So if you want to partner with us to get that to happen in your city, in your town, feel free to inbox us and we can talk behind the scenes.
Even if you go to Bishop T.D.J. Church, you can talk to him, or if you in Lakewood with
I don't got time.
What's the guy? What's the guy?
Joe Osteen.
If you have Joe Austin, you have a connection with Joe. Tell him, hey Joe, I have an awesome couple I want to bring to Lakewood.
Yeah. Hey, military family.
Oh, salute.
I do want to say, so if you do desire for us to come, and it's definitely feasible for us to come and we can work something out, we would love to come and minister the word. For us, it's all about really doing this thing and really giving people the tools needed to have a successful marriage. Like I was giving a little bit of our background. We have 4 kids, married 11 years. We've been best friends since 9th grade. So we have about a 20-something year friendship outside of our relationship, and we didn't start dating until we went to college, and we went 2 different ways to college. But we started dating about 18 and a half, 19, but we had been friends literally since 15. And so God did allow us to establish that friendship core before we ever started dating, which has been a bonus to our relationship. I tell people all the time, if you can establish a genuine friendship with your spouse, man, you have a solid something to build on, because even when I don't like him, I can be honest with him as my friend. And even when he knows it may hurt my feelings, he can be honest with me as a friend, and we can take the marriage, the husband and wife out of it and go back to the genuineness of friendship.
Yeah,
and so it's
true.
very
That's
important
true.
to
That's
always
good
feed your
stuff.
friendship, to always establish the friendship, and it not just be a titles kind of thing, but that you truly have a friendship. And if you guys don't know, we do like to have a lot of fun. So we're always on the scope. Ronald is the guaranteed jokester. So he plays entirely too much, but, we like to have fun. We like to engage with MBG. Like we said, those that inbox us, we typically respond right away. And if we don't respond right away, it's usually in 24 hours. We are not untouchable. Our goal is to be, responsive as much as possible. Like I said, we do have other things, on our plates, as parents and business people and employees to other people. And so, we try to respond back as much as we can. And so definitely, Valerie, we're going to reach out to you once I get off this scope that inboxed us. And so we just want to encourage you guys to keep fighting for your marriage, man. Keep going, but you got to put God in it. You got to have God at the foundation as the head of your marriage and as the head of your relationship, guys. Even before you get married, if you're in a relationship and you can't pray together, you can't talk about God, you can't acknowledge God, you can't engage God, you might want to leave. Like, you don't want to continue down that course, because you're going to be fighting for an inside of something that is God's but has no God power. We got to understand that the covenant of marriage is God's. The world can want it to be what they want it to be, but the covenant of marriage belongs to God. And you got to do it God's way to be able to be successful in it, not to exist, because you do have people that exist in marriage for 40 years and they miserable. I don't want a 40-year marriage that's miserable. I want a marriage beyond anything that I could ever comprehend. And you can only get that in God. And I know that God has that for me. I believe it in my heart, and I believe it, and I walk in it, and I experience it daily. And so you got to be able to be victorious in your marriage. And as believers, we are to be victorious in many areas of our lives. It doesn't stop with relationship. It doesn't stop with our job. It doesn't stop with our kids. It doesn't stop with any of those things. And so you got to be able to really start speaking victory over your life, speaking victory over your children, speaking victory over your marriage, over your business, over your careers, over your education, over anything in this world. And so many people I'm hearing now with the tension that's in the world right now, the things that are going on in the world right now, so many people are shaking. So many people are worried. So many people are like, oh my God, what are we going to do? No. The God we serve already has the answer. We have to stand and be unmoved. We have to stand and pray. We have to stand believing and knowing that one person now does not change and shift the way this country goes. We have to stand and believe that we're not going to allow the division to come in and divide us as a nation. We have to learn how to stand together despite of what's being spewed out amongst us. And you can't get shaken by it. You can't start to worry. You can't start to get discouraged. You can't start to do any of those things. That's anything that happens in the kingdom. It's a reason behind it, and it's a power behind it. And when you understand that, you move differently. Like, I'm not staying up worrying about all this stuff that's going on. I got too much on my plate. I got too much stuff God telling me to do. I don't got time to worry about that. I don't got time to be worried. Like, I need 8 hours, and sometimes I don't get nothing close to 8 hours. So if I can only get 5, I need a solid 5. I don't have time to worry. So I'm like, God, take the weight. Anything that happened today, take it. I can't do nothing with it. I don't have that kind of power to move and shake it. So I'm going to give it to you. And if it wakes up different tomorrow, by all means, glory to God. And if it doesn't, I'm going to keep it moving, because I know it's part of your will and your plan. And I know it's going to work for my good. So I'm not going to worry about it. That's how we got to start moving as believers. That's how we got to start walking as believers. It's that easy. It's that real. And once you know your power, man, it's like you unleash it so easily. You identify attacks and you like, wait a minute, nope, dude, not over here, enemy, it's not going to work. So you got to be able to really start walking and moving in it, man. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. All the new people that came, you're now part of the MBG family with us. And so we hope that you guys will catch us as much as you can.
And we also, if you guys did not shout out where you're tuning in from, please just continue to give us a shout out. And because we like to reach out And especially when you're from a different state.
Yeah.
So we always trying to reach out to people and just touch base with people, see how you guys doing. We always stay in tune, in contact with the MBG family. So now we just want to welcome you guys to the MBG family. And if you're not a friend of the Facebook page, please go and like the page.
Michigan.
And also go and share the page with your friends or your Facebook friends, your Facebook family. And so if you haven't done so, you can go to the Married by God Facebook page and you can just go back and you can just see some of the other videos that we have done.
West Palm Beach.
You can see some of the posts that we post. We try to post at least once or twice a week. When we go live or if we're not going live. I'm not sure that this may be the last.
New York City.
If this is going to be the last live before the conference, I just got a feeling that we will be tuning in again before the conference.
It's hard to stay away.
Because it's hard to stay away, and especially with the new people who are checking in from different states.
Yeah, it is.
And so, man, we're grateful and thankful. We're humbled for you guys joining in with us tonight.
Y'all everywhere. Look at God.
I know, I'm just trying to see. That's why I'm trying to hold a minute, because I wanted to see where everybody was checking in from. And so if you're checking in, represent your city, represent your spouse. If you're single, represent Jesus.
I'm telling you. That is your spouse now.
Jesus is my spouse right now. And he's going to send me someone. But, represent your spouse, man. If it's the Brooks family, it's the Harris family, it's the Thomas family.
Anytime. Karen, the conference is in Atlanta. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. And so this is our second conference. It is in Atlanta.
And if you're in Alabama, you can just shoot down 20.
I'm telling you.
And
Chicago. Look at Mississippi, Chicago.
So the conference will be in Atlanta. It's going to be from 10
to 2.
10 to 2. And we have light lunch that's going to be served. We're going to have some donuts and cookies, for the breakfast part of it. And when we break for lunch, we're going to have some food. And so we just want to say thank you guys. Oh, Memphis, you about 4 hours away, man. Come on down.
I'm telling you, right?
And like I stated, we're going to have some door prizes. So you may get, you can win a $50 or $75 gas card.
So Shamir said, we're in Atlanta. Will it be on your page? So yes, it is on our page. It is October 14th. Tickets are absolutely free. As we said before, we have sectioned off 100 tickets and we're down to less than 15 tickets left. And so if you don't have a ticket, feel free to go on our page. If you stroll down, you will see the event blasted. You can click the link. It'll take you to the Eventbrite page where you can secure your tickets for the conference. It is October 14th in Atlanta. The address will be updated. We're still going between two places to solidify the absolute location, but it is in Atlanta, Georgia, if you're in Atlanta. So feel free to get your tickets. They're absolutely free. You do not want to miss it. Myself and Rhonda will be speaking. So will Dr. Sean Cook. He is an awesome speaker. So will Emmanuel Amuzu, another awesome speaker. I mean, it's going to be a powerful conference.
And it's going to be a quick hit. This is not something that we're going to be dragging out and you're going to be falling asleep. No, every moment, every second, every minute is going to be exciting.
Chef said some good food.
Oh, definitely, man. We're going to have that good food, man. What is a conference without good food? You're going to get good spiritual food, and you're going to get good physical. Man, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to give you the menu. So, Chef, if you're going to come, you're going to come. And so make sure when you get there, you see me and say, where's the food?
That's it.
And so we're definitely going to have good food. We're definitely going to have some good spiritual food that we're going to give you guys.
Yes, sir.
And if possible, man, we want you guys to pre-order our second book. This is going to be our second book. We're going to have pre-orders. And we should have some copies of the first book. First book, man, is epic, man. You got to get the first book. It's like... It goes all together. It goes all together. The blueprint to a successful marriage. Yeah. You got to have the blueprint. You got to have the blueprint.
And God gives it to you.
And God gives you to the Bible is the true blueprint. And this just, a spin-off, in layman's terms. And it's a short book. I wanted to make this book short enough that men will read it. Because, most of the time when men see a book this thick, they already turned off of it. And so this is a good read, man. And really, a woman can read it in 2 hours. And a man with a short attention span, can read it in 2 days. Yeah. And so it's a good read. It's plain. It's simple. You'll just love it. Yeah. It's very interesting. It's very helpful to your spirit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I was going to say, Letitia, where can I get the 2 books? I'm asking Letitia a question first. I know you said you wish you could come. And like I said before, we're going to try to live stream the conference for those that are all over the place, because you guys pretty much shouted out all the states. And so for those that really can't make the trip, we hope that you will plug in with us on October 14th. We're going to try to go live for the conference. Yeah. And even if we don't do the entire conference, we definitely will try to give you enough to feed you and make you feel like you are there and you are part of the conference. The 2 books, we have our books on Amazon, or you can get it off of our Facebook page, marriedbygod.org. The link is there for our books too. We have an order coming in. So right now the books are not available. I know Ronald was going to say that. We have an order coming in. And so we should have those books by the end of the week or earlier next week, but we will definitely have them at the conference. If you want to get one for the conference, or if you want to wait about a week, they should be available back online, because right now it's saying sold out. Yeah. So the Think It Strong book is a pre-order book that you can pre-order at the conference. It will not be released until later in November. The book is not won't be ready until later in November. It's going to be released, but you can pre-order the book too. So I think I answered that. So yeah, we love you guys, man. We pray that you have an awesome week, that God begins to move just in a supernatural way, that you begin to unleash the power that God has already placed within you, within your marriages, within your relationships, within yourself, that you begin to really experience what it is to live a Christ-like life here on earth, that you begin to release that power that is within all of us, and we begin to have the desires of our heart that line up with what God wants for us. That is our prayer for you guys, that you have an awesome week. Those that want to inbox us, please feel free. We love to engage with our MBG family. So feel free to inbox us. If there are any questions you have that we weren't able to get to on the scope, or you don't want to place on the scope that are a little private, we can do that too. And so feel free to do that. But if you can come to the conference, guys, invite somebody, bring a friend, bring yourself, bring your spouse. We would love to have you guys there. And if that's your first time coming to the conference and you didn't come last year, when you come, make sure you pull me and Ronald and you say, hey, I see you guys on the scope. This is me at the conference. We would love to see you guys.
Definitely.
So love you guys. This is way longer than we usually go on the scope. We usually like an hour, but we've been like 2 hours lately, guys, running our mouth. But thank you guys for staying with us. Some of you guys popping in and out. We love you guys. Hope you have a blessed week, and we'll see y'all next time. Is there anyone going from Jackson, Florida? She was trying to see if anybody was going from Jackson, Letitia.
Oh, okay, yeah. If anybody's traveling from Jackson, Florida, I think Letitia might want to.
She said we can carpool. There you go.
That's what
there
I'm
you go, Letitia. Make that happen. Make that happen.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. And just hit us behind the scenes, Letitia, because you never know what God can work out. If it's really on your spirit to really be here and come, just let's see what can happen. You know, let's see the move of God that happens. You never know how God moves.
Like I keep saying. God may have some gas card for you. Even if you just take the step of saying, I want to go, but I just don't have the gas. I just don't have the funds to make it. Guess what? You never know what God may do. God may say, hey, look, if you can make it here, we can get you gas back.
Come on now. Speak those things.
And see, that's basically what we are trying to, that's what things we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why we wanted to make it free.
Yeah.
Because we know that a lot of things are taking place. We know financially, a lot of people are struggling, and life happens. And so we wanted to make it available for you guys to have it for free, so that wouldn't be the issue.
Yeah.
So now, if gas going to be the issue, you never know.
Yeah.
Inbox us, reach out, and we will. I'm not going to say we're going to try to make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
Oh, look
I
at
believe that God is going to make it happen. Because there's something there. If there's something there for God to give to you, He's going to make a way
He wants you to receive
for you
it.
to have it.
He wants you to receive it. You're absolutely right. He will give it to you. He wants you to receive it. And so you guys have a blessed night. I'm not going to keep you beyond, because I know a lot of us have to go to work tomorrow, us included. And so we hope you guys have a blessed night. Thank you for joining us for another MBG Monday. We love you guys. You be blessed. Peace.